Well, this might be the last stream. They might shut me down after this one because tonight I don't give a shit. When I saw that picture, the picture, okay, of the position, the matted hair or the hair pressed against her face with blood, her positioning, we don't know how her legs are. There is no way in hell somebody looked down that hallway, saw somebody, and had any thought that that person was sleeping if they were seen at all. Dylan, you're a fucking liar. And you're going to get exposed. It's a shame people even gave you $1 on GoFundMe. Let's see who's all in here. Sorry, I'm fed up. This isn't the AI photo, okay? This is the real deal. Now, if this is the reason that they, retracted all the photos, shame on them. Shame on them because the truth isn't the bullshit they fed us since day one. Since day one, they've lied to us, the public. Us here, everybody out there, everybody. All right, let me see who's on here. 24, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. What's up, Meg? Yeah, if everybody can, if you can hit the like on the way in, I appreciate it. It helps out the algorithm so more people can, see the truth. Let's see. This is here. Sleuthy, what's going on? Angel, how are you? Rule, Bugles. Did I miss the live? Nope, we're live right now. Buggles. Angela, simply the best. What's going on? Xena's out, so I'm gonna tell you a funny Xena story real quick because it just happened before I hit the live button. I'm just starting. Yep, just starting up. What's up, Teresa? How are you? Good evening. Beach Babe, what's going on? I think you're like the only green one I've seen here. Nobody wants to be a member anymore. Nobody wants to be a malaka. Just kidding. So make sure I say hello to everybody. Claire, how are you? Welcome in. James, what's up, bud? RJ. Hey, Michelle. All right. Kat, how are you? All right. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Let me get the link here for. And like I said, if you were new to the other live and you saw I didn't have a patch on, but I have one here. My double vision is absolutely horrendous today. I can't wait to go to the specialist so they can figure this out. When I went to the hospital, I mean, the good news is the guy at the guy at the hospital told me that it's not something with the brain, that it's something with my eyes. So I'm just praying to God that I don't need any kind of because I'm not getting brain surgery. Like, nobody's touching my brain ever. That's the scariest shit in the world to me. I don't care how precise they are and what they can do these days. Brain surgery is wild. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, Meg, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. Shit. I wish I could see who got them. Hold on, let me post this real quick. I'm gonna go pin it, and then I can see who got the memberships. Thank you so much, Meg. I appreciate that. Let me go over and see, because I always love to know. All right, so it looks like James, Michelle, Gina, Claire. Miss Mommy, Carrie, everybody who got a gift from Meg. Welcome to the nation, Malakas. My man coming in because he promised me and he didn't fucking see. This is what I mean. Loyalty and fucking respect and friendship, dude. I'm telling you, bud. How you doing, my man? There's nobody more real than this man right here.
Good to
Like
see.
I said since day one, dude. When you jumped on helping me with the situation with and you didn't even know me at that time. At that point right there, dude, I knew like I could see your whole character, and that's why I only speak to like a couple people off here, and you're one of them, dude.
Right. No, I've always tried to be real.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't yet, and you're new here or whatever, make sure you sub to it's just Dago True Crime, right? So
True Crime Cafe with Dago.
True Crime Cafe with Dago. I'm sure
Mike can probably put the link in the chat if you want.
Yeah, a few of the mods here. I'll throw the link in the chat. Again, thank you so much, Meg. I appreciate that. But yeah, bud. So if they take me down, they take me down. But tonight we're gonna examine the photo because I've had enough. Now, I have it. I can send it to you. Do you have it?
It's in with all the other ones. Yeah, I have a couple different versions of it.
Okay, because what I was gonna do is I could just so it's like coming from me and nothing's on you. You know what I mean? I could just email you the blown out version and then the zoomed in version. Trigger warning: I don't want to hear any complaints in chat or anything like that. This is this is true crime, guys. Okay, everybody has watched numerous documentaries, movies, whatever that depict a hell of a lot worse than what we're going to look at tonight. But the fact of what I want people to see, Dago, is there's no way in hell that somebody's looking at their roommate in that position and thinking they're asleep after an hour and a half beforehand. You're having a conversation with Bethany about who was where, Xana was in black and you just saw her come home and nothing about like so-and-so is completely fucked up out of their mind. Right.
Right.
So, and I think we were talking earlier, wouldn't your mind go to like, oh my God, did she do some bad drugs? Right. And then like, let me try to get her some help. She might be, she might have took something that has fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
So like, again, all the excuses on why she didn't call 911, dude, in my opinion, are fucking out the window because the frozen shock phase we know was a bold lie, right?
Right.
That's debunked.
Many of the things they've said, especially her, have been debunked. Yes.
And that was something that people would give us shit about. She might have had PTSD from something she went through before, and that's why she might be in a frozen shock for 8 hours. Come on, dude.
No, I never believe that. Never.
And now the guilters are just like, oh, never mind, not frozen shock. She ran downstairs to Bethany, and they just forget about all that shit that like we went through with the frozen shock stuff. Like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so disgusting what people will believe just because of a narrative and not like just use, because like we said earlier, we're just using common sense here, dude.
Right.
Like if it made sense, it made sense. I wouldn't as much if the evidence was there, I would say, okay, like Brian did it.
Yeah, I agree. I do.
But everything they drop is
I've said that many times.
But everything they drop is showing the complete opposite, which I don't know how people get mad at us when they're the ones that are able to put out the information and there's nothing showing that Brian did this.
Nothing. They've never been able to show any kind of anything that even resembles evidence, as far as I'm concerned, other than the bullshit. Excuse me, the DNA, the touch DNA on the sheet. That's the only thing they've ever come out with that's ever made any kind of any purpose, and it's bullshit as far as I'm concerned.
So they said, oh, okay, they jumped all these blood DNAs to get to this invisible touch DNA that they had to do all this stuff with to even know existed. That's the problem I have.
I do agree with you, sir.
And then all these 4 blood DNA are, they're sitting where? Okay, if they're unidentified, whatever, but like, where'd they go?
Right.
Did Anne identify them? Is there some kind of information somewhere on who these people are?
I mean, other than the fact that they was stated that they were on the witness list, the state's witness list, I think it is. I mean, we could go through the state's witness list and try to pick out who we think they are. You know what I mean?
Oh, so for a fact, the 4 are on the state's witness list?
That's my understanding. I mean, if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me, but that's how I understand it.
I mean, even if we're kind of right, for shit's sake, I mean, they can't have that many witnesses.
Right. I mean, they
never
had
looked.
quite a few, but I don't know.
Yeah, I never even looked at that. But damn, dude. Here, let me shoot you. Let me shoot you an email. Hold on. Be right back. Like 1 second.
No problem.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like do you have like a shareable file? Because I think, because like what I have, the gigabyte that I have downloaded, it says share. Now I have a Samsung, so I don't know if people have iPhones, if I share, if they email me and I share that link with them for them to be able to look at, all the crime scene photos, right? If you I'm sure an email would have worked, but just to be able to send it, well, I guess
It's just one photo, right?
Well, no. I'm talking about so they took the photos down from the website, which means that like the people who haven't seen these photos, like you and I have on our, we have downloaded. I want to get these photos into everybody's hands.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna happen because every time you do it, it has to be re-downloaded, and they take the link. They've taken the link down, so it's hard. You can't put out a Google link because every time it goes live, it goes down. If that makes any sense to you.
Maybe what I'll do. So what I'll do then is I don't give a shit. I'll sit there and screenshot every single one, make my own fucking file, and dude, the truth is the truth, man. Like you're gonna take it down because one picture depicted what?
They took it down. I read the thing earlier. The New York Post put out the story. They took it down temporarily, they said, because.
But did Xana's family fight to have her not in the picture? I didn't hear about that.
Not that I know, but they're taking it down for. I think all they're doing is rescanning to make sure that nothing was put out that wasn't supposed to be.
Your whole Google Drive disappeared? Well, it's crazy how I still have it then, because I downloaded. See, I downloaded it in 3 separate places.
Sure? Can you open it still?
Oh yeah, I was looking at it today.
Okay. Yeah, because some of us lost it and then we've re-downloaded and it's been lost again. So I have
really?
It's a mess. Yeah, it's a big mess.
Sons of bitches.
They killed the link. That way, if you try to click on that link, it's dead. It doesn't do anything. So you have to go back there.
I promised, chat, I will figure something out to fucking, whoever emails me is like, yo, you got the fuck. I'll try my best because, dude, that's so messed up. They're like, oh, we accidentally left the picture, so we're gonna take it all down. That's a bullshit excuse.
There's a couple in there that are questionable. I'll be honest with you, and we'll at some point they'll redrop it, I'm sure. But it's gonna. Is
it because of the amount of blood? Because like you were showing some today, I was like,
yeah, I think they're gonna redact because a lot of the blood that was around where the bodies was is supposed to be under that that gag that Marshall put out. So I think that they're going to pull like the blood from behind Xana's bed that was Ethan's and all that kind of shit. I think they're probably going to yank all that stuff. Sadly, but I mean, this is true crime, okay? And people, I said earlier, the reason why I'm doing, you're frozen, Willie. Can you hear me? Yeah, he's
Yeah,
froze.
I'm here, but I'm just emailing this to you real quick.
Oh, okay, that's
I can
fine.
hear
But
you. I can hear you.
I told the people the reason why I'm covering the pictures is because it's a crime. We're looking into the crime because we want truth in the case. We want to understand what happened, what truly happened, why it happened, and thus far as we're concerned, we don't believe that what we've been told is true. Hence the reason why we've been going through the crime scene photos to see, just like anybody does with any other case. It's not just this case, you guys. I've looked
Exactly.
at
Why is
photos
it
from
okay
the
to look at
Delphi.
crimes? Exactly. Why is it okay? And then I mentioned, you can type in right now. If everybody here could type in right now, Liberian Civil War, and you will see videos that you're like, why is this on YouTube? Children dead, middle of the road. Children shooting children, like crazy shit. So what we're about to show is nothing. If YouTube has a problem with it, YouTube, whatever you want to do with my channel, I don't care. But the truth is the truth, and if that's the price I have to pay, screw them, dude.
YouTube's not going to take it down, but somebody specifically could try to hit you.
That's okay.
It.
I mean, listen, y'all can. That's all right. That's okay. If that's the price I have to pay, then whatever. But as long as it gets out there, dude, because the truth is the truth, and that's what's trying to be hidden here. We see it. The truth is trying to be hidden, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And then the only question I have is why. That's it.
Well,
since when?
Again, at this point now, from what I've seen, I'm starting to believe, and I know people are going to disagree with me. I'm starting to believe that not only does Dylan know what happened, but I think Dylan may have watched this whole thing go down. I'm not saying she had her hands in it, like physically was attacking somebody, but I'm saying I think she may have watched the entire situation break down. That's my opinion now. Okay. With everything. That's what I truly feel that now. I don't know what it is that has, I think the footprint triggered that, and that I believe is her footprint going parallel with her door.
Especially on the land.
Watching something the whole time is what I think happened.
I mean, if she didn't see it, she at least heard everything, and people are screaming.
She heard it, really. There's no doubt in my mind. She heard every fucking word that was said, every scream, every bang, every slam, every bit of it. And it's sickening to me that she lies and says in the very beginning, she said, oh, I didn't hear nothing. And then it got a little bit more every time, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then she makes a statement and says, you hear everything in this house. You just told on yourself, you dumbass. We know there's a YouTube or TikTok video right now that shows how loud it is in that house, how things echo through that house, how everything you hear in that house happens. You watch it. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind. You'll know for a fact that they heard every sound, every thump, bump, slam, bam, every bit of it, bro.
Thank you, ma'am. Everything. And then, people are trying to tell me, oh, she slept through it, or, no. With how much blood was on that landing, something happened on that landing, dude.
And I think something happened right in front of her damn bedroom door. Truly.
Really?
But here's the thing. I don't think that she was locked in her bedroom the way she
said. Exactly, truth. Right there. And that's what, me and him keep saying. That's what, everybody needs to keep in their mind. This is exactly why they knocked the house down, because there's blood all throughout the home. And that's not what they said. They said that this was secluded to 2 rooms and every individual was sleeping, because that would justify the video they have of the 3-4 minutes that Brian had to do this. F off. Okay. I live in reality.
Right.
And somebody's in jail right now, which, okay, could he have been a part of this? Maybe, but that's not what you said happened. You said that he did this and did this alone. Nobody else was involved. Yada, and didn't even go to the extent to even, as soon as you had Brian's name, you stopped investigating other people. Since when is that normal?
It's not at all. And like I said, I've been saying from the time that the documents came out, where she stated that she was running down it was in Hitler's affidavit. Okay.
Yeah.
She claimed that she ran by.
I emailed those to you.
All right, I got it, but I'll pull it in 1 second.
All right, no problem.
She made a statement that she was running down when Bethany said, come down here. So she claims she ran down there, and when she ran by, Dylan's the hallway to Xana's room. She glanced and saw Xana. You're a fucking liar. There's no way, because of the body's position, that there's a 20-foot hall to that bedroom from where she was at.
It was so damn dark. How did you even know? Like, you know what I mean? How do you even see her?
Even with the lights that were on the walls, the light up bulb, the bulb lights or Christmas lights, whatever the hell they were. You did not.
But the good vibes light, exactly. But the good vibes light, I believe, is protruding towards like the landing and Dylan's room, correct?
No, it's pointed towards like the stairwell going downstairs to the first floor. So it would have like
what
right there would have more, in my opinion, it wouldn't have, it does not light up Dylan or Xana's bedroom. It lights up that area right there by the bar cart and the table. That's it. Okay.
Gotcha.
So the only way, you guys, and I've said this from day one when I first read the affidavit, I told you guys, there's no way that in my opinion that Dylan could see that unless she walked down the hall and went into Xana's bedroom and looked at her. She makes a statement in her interview. Yes, she was wearing I think a gray sweatshirt in her underwear.
What's up, Krista?
Again, you wouldn't know that unless you had walked down the hall and stood over top of her and looked at her or saw her in the room because you were in the room with her, in my opinion. So she lied.
Just straight up lied, and then they allowed her to go back.
Blatant lie, bro. 100%.
And then they allowed her to go back to the hotel with Bethany and
everybody else. Yes.
And they sat there and and then came back with more bullshit. This is what blows my mind, because like every documentary I see, when people feed the police bullshit, the police have the evidence to take that bullshit and be like, well, we know you're lying because we have this, and this. Why weren't they like, well, we know you're lying because we have you using your phone. We have, there's evidence to clean up. Like, why is all this not pushed on to people that were in the house for 8 hours, dude?
I'm going to go with more like 10 to 12, Willie.
Or maybe 10 to, even worse. Like it.
Right.
I don't know.
It's really bad.
I mean, we know why, because again, if Dylan was a Dylan male, then I'm sure that Dylan male would have, they would have at least been a person of interest, for Christ's sakes, dude. Like, you didn't even interrogate him.
Right.
They said it was an interview.
Right. Well, there's one picture backstage. That's the first one. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
And after going,
I don't care anymore. So if YouTube want to fight, we can fight. Let's do it, guys. This is it, and this is not fucking AI. So I don't want to see any kind of AI horse shit in the chat.
No, it's real. This is out of the Idaho State Police dump.
Okay.
Right now, if you walk in Xana's down the hallway, you walk in Xana's room, that you'll be facing that straight head on. Okay.
Yep.
That is her like a dresser type thing right there. Clothes are in it. The nightstand's right here.
And the bed would be off to the right of the picture.
The bed is right here where my cursor is, and that's where Ethan is laying at. Yeah.
So where would the door be?
Straight back from this right here. Okay. If you stood right in front of this little nightstand and spun around, you're gonna walk directly out the door. Okay,
so there's no way in hell she saw all of Xana's body, because we see right there.
From the distance she was, I'm going to tell you, it was at least 18 foot down. I'm going to give it a minimum. Okay, 18 feet from that distance that she was to be able to see that, in my opinion. Okay, all she would have seen, because Xana is, if you look at this, she's kind of cocked over this way, guys. Okay, I'm going to point down something right now. This is where Xana's head is right here.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to zoom in here in a little bit.
All right. That's her head right there. Her body comes this way, and her feet are over here somewhere, roughly. Yeah. If anything, all you saw was some feet. You did not.
And the way I'm sure when somebody, I mean, you dealt with this. When somebody passes away, I'm sure their feet are all which ways, because.
Well, it depends on the situation of how it
happens. I'm just saying, if she's trying to get away from somebody and
well, the rest of the photograph, in my opinion, it looks like she was trying to. I think she was on the bed at some point, because there's some stab marks.
I'm just saying, I feel like her legs would be like this.
I mean, they probably are kind of like behind her a little bit, yeah.
To where if you're drunk, you're always like curled up like in a ball, trying to like cover yourself. It's so I don't want to hear that shit, man. She's a liar.
Yeah. No, she couldn't have seen her head. She said she saw her head. No, she didn't. She didn't. There's just no way in hell she did, you guys. This is the first photograph, okay? Now, I'm just going to tell you, I would throw a trigger warning out.
Trigger warning, trigger warning. There you go. Let's do it. True crime channel. I don't know, This is what.
Just saying, this may shock some people.
Trigger warning. We're going in.
Hold on a minute here.
I just want to show the zoomed out version so you could see the.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go.
Well, this is a little bit more revealing. Just give me a second to download.
A little bit. So you see right there by your elbow.
Very sad, guys. This is heartbreaking too. When I saw this,
But again, man, justice for the victims is what I feel is, what is needed.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
Full justice, not half-ass justice.
All right. So again, this is more of a close-up. Hold on. This is Xana's arm. Mm-hmm. There's a couple cuts there.
So right there, I would consider those defensive wounds.
Or like somebody did this to protect themselves. Like
throwing their arm up.
All right, so this is the arm, in my opinion. See the gray sweatshirt? Which, well, it was gray, but this is Xana's head right here. It's hard to see it unless you magnify it. This is like an eye, her hair. Just all of this, guys. The surface. That tells you how bad this was. This was horrifying, okay?
Jesus.
100% horrifying. Like, these kids went through.
Just the amount of blood on her sweatshirt right there haunts me.
It'll tell you. These kids went through more hell than anybody can ever imagine. It's really hard to differentiate.
That's why I said, man, this was personal.
I agree with that.
To have that much hate towards somebody to do something like this, like, you have to be sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and that is 100% Xana, folks. This
isn't no AI.
I want you to know this is not AI. This is not Photoshop. This came from the ISP photo dump, which is, I believe, this is one of the reasons they pulled it.
I just don't care. I'm not, an average, They can pull me off tomorrow, and it won't matter. As long as the truth is out there, and people see,
I went through this today, guys. There's a rug that everybody was saying it was underneath her, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I think she's laying on a pile of clothing, and that is what absorbed all the blood. There's not one drop of blood
on
that rug.
Nope.
So this is where she's at, okay? Yeah, anybody that could have or could be triggered, just step away. Don't feel bad. No shame, guys. We're human beings.
Yeah, I mean, listen. When I first saw it, it took me a little. I had to piss me off. It pissed me off because, like I said, Dylan, the fact that she's saying that she saw that and she thought she was passed out drunk. That just,
yeah. There's a pillow. There is a pillow here, and it almost looks like she was laying on a pillow. And it's interesting to me because if she's laying on a pillow, I wonder if she was placed there that way. And if she was, again,
you showed
thing.
Well, you showed pictures today, and in my opinion, those are evidence of drag marks, and some of those.
Oh, she was definitely dragged a couple times. Somebody was, because on the floor.
I'm just saying, whatever photos you were showing today, I think that whoever, wherever that was in the house, people were dragged.
Yeah, that was in her bedroom. There's definitely drag marks on her floor. You can see it. There's finger marks. You can see. So I'm just telling you,
So at that time, I think she runs into the room to try to get Ethan, right, for help. But I think somebody else is running with the person chasing her that attacked Ethan, because, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because then Ethan was ambushed in the bed, because Ethan was hanging halfway off the bed unless he was moved. But that's a lot of weight to move.
Ethan was turned towards the wall where he bled out at, which is why there's so much blood underneath that bed. When they pulled it out, it's bad, very bad. This is one of the worst scenes. I've seen a lot of bad shit, guys, but
this is fucking nuts, Chris.
It's probably one of the worst I've ever seen. I'll be honest with you, no lie.
Yeah. That's what I mean, dude. That's personal. Like to do something like that to somebody and leave them in a condition like that. Like you need to have some kind of vendetta or hatred or I don't know. But that, like I said, when I first saw it, I had to take some time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But again, this is the truth, right?
Somebody went nuts, like stabbing at her bad. Okay, and here's the thing: you have to have some form of rage coming out of you to be able to inflict this on somebody, in my opinion. And this is again my opinion because I can't prove this other than my voice and my opinion. Brian Koberger is not a person, in my opinion, that could do this to somebody. I just don't believe it, you guys.
Well, here's the thing, right? Anybody's capable of anything, okay? But when you're saying that he did this in 3-4 minutes and you're telling us, well, that's him coming in his car and that's him leaving, and we see the scene left like this, and you're telling us he didn't track anything into his car, that's just impossible, okay? The way they're saying it went down, whatever Dylan saw, everything was a lie. Everything. Because remember, the first thing they told us is everybody was sleeping. How is that what we're seeing right there on the screen, everybody's sleeping in their bed?
None of them were.
That's how Xana was found, ladies and gentlemen. That's how Xana was found right there. And they told us they were in their beds.
Every one of these kids, and they're kids to me,
sons of bitch.
Every single one of them has some form of defensive wound. Which means,
hey Sandra,
and Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee, each one of them has a defensive wound. They were not asleep, folks. And if they were asleep, they woke up immediately and tried to defend themselves. I'll just say that. And I don't believe that anybody in this house was asleep except for possibly Maddie. That's the only person I think was asleep. That's my opinion, of course. So again, you guys, this is horrifying. Okay, this is unbelievably horrifying.
But again, if this is the reason that they retracted the photos, it's because they know that this depicts an image that goes against their whole narrative. My opinion.
It is, Willie. There's no doubt. Here's the problem. Here's the question.
And that's what I'm sickened by is the truth doesn't matter anymore. It's what we can do to look like, we're not correct.
The question I have with this entire thing at this point is why the narrative?
Yes. Why? Why not just follow your investigation? Why do you have to fuck it up? Why do you have to say no? Okay, we got Brian Koberger. That's it. Stop. Why?
Why is this not being seen for the crime that it was? Why is it not being put out to the world for the crime that it truly was?
Yeah.
That's the problem right there.
Well, now that we see all this, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch Mabbitt's little whatever the fuck you want to call that little press conference she did
right
and lied her ass off.
Yeah.
Didn't she?
Yeah, she lied through the whole thing. She did.
You could tell she was lying. That's why I want to go back and see now. Knowing what all having the photos we have and shit. It's.
And I've seen a few comments, and I agree, you guys. I think.
Sorry, let me look at the comments real quick.
I think there is
like I said, I'm not doing this to exploit. I'm not doing this for no other reason other than so everybody can see the truth.
What I was gonna say is I do agree that they're very likely. I'll give it a 95% ratio that there was a female perpetrator here as well. One of not the only, but one of them was a female perpetrator. And
well, who cleaned up?
In my opinion, I think Dylan was involved in that too. Listen, I want you to understand when I say this. Do I think Dylan and or Bethany hands-on committed the murders? No, I absolutely do not think they did. Do I think that they knew about it and know who did it? Yes, I do. And do I think that they were involved in cleaning up the mess? I do too. At least Dylan, maybe not Bethany, but I do believe that Dylan.
Here's the thing: if not, right, then you're telling me, well, we know they were awake the whole time because of their phones. So that means they're downstairs on their phones, listening to people go back and forth, getting this, wiping this down. I mean, you're hearing freaks, you're hearing all that shit. You're hearing people talking to each other about what to do. You know, what spots to get, what spots they missed, because look at all the spots they missed. That's why I said this was not cleaned up by a professional.
Right.
That was not a professional cleanup. And that's why I think that
no.
college kids did this.
Yeah, she did. She was involved in the cleanup, and I think she was, what do you call that? When you projecting. When she made this statement, she was telling on herself without even realizing it. When she made the statement, I don't know how much DNA you're going to find because we did a deep clean the weekend before. So you're probably not going to find much. She was telling on herself, in my opinion, right there. Was saying, yeah, we cleaned up. That's my opinion, you guys. Again, you can tell me think I'm crazy. You can tell me I'm wrong. That's okay. But I think that's what that statement truly meant. Subconsciously, that she was spitting out her involvement in that aspect is just, again, an opinion, guys. And it's based on what I see, what I think, and what I have seen. And again, I understand if you guys don't believe that, if you don't agree with me, I respect your thoughts, guys. I do. I always have.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same here. Nobody's right or wrong, because like I said, they lied to us since day one, and we don't really know what happened. But we could take all these photos and what they tried to take away from us, and kind of just use common sense and map out what probably happened. Right?
Yeah.
Just makes more sense than Brian Koberger went in there with a K-bar and did all this, and then stuck that sheath. We should bring that picture up too. Just fucking stuck that sheath like in between the pillow and the bed. Like that is the stupidest picture, or that is the stupidest placement I've ever seen of something where, during all this chaos, it's just like. Boop.
I'm not trying to be politically correct, folks. I'm just trying to be real and make sure that it's understood. What I'm saying is what I think. Okay. Of course, it's all alleged, and it's all based on speculative theory, based on things we've seen and heard. I have no way to prove to you what I think. Okay, no way, and that's the whole problem.
Yeah,
I have no way to prove to you what my thoughts are on this or what my reasoning for thinking this is. It's just truly and honestly the good old fashioned gut feeling based on what I know, and it's what I believe because of everything they've showed us.
I base what I know off of, when I saw Brian Koberger walking around with, what's her name all the time? Casey Arns, walking around with Casey Arns all the time and shit. And you saw what Casey said about him. So Brian was not an incel, right? So they were wrong about that. The cannibal shit was out the window, right? So all this stuff that they made up about Brian turned out to be, completely false. And you're telling me he had enough skill and stamina to do all this, but yet he has a condition that basically, like you said, it makes this virtually impossible.
Yeah, he's got dyspraxia, folks. And what that does is it doesn't allow him. Here's the reason. If you look into dyspraxia, I did a show on it one day. The man doesn't have the ability to hold and clench a knife and stab a human being well over 100 some odd times combined. Okay. I don't, there's no way in hell. Okay. It just doesn't make sense. You cannot do that. And I'll be honest with you guys. I was looking at something. I asked a couple people that I know that have medical backgrounds. When you look at that thumbs up picture of Brian doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. If you pay attention to the fist that he made, all of his knuckles are they're really white. Okay.
He didn't box.
Like he's stressing to do this. I almost wonder if it was hard for him to make and hold a fist to do this without the pain or being able to do that. Because that's part of the dyspraxia type thing, is having points and issues with your hands like that, guys.
Yeah, but which then, even makes the whole boxing thing even more ludicrous, in my opinion.
It is ludicrous. It's probably something that happened to him as he grew older, of course, but at this point,
I will get Jesse Harris on here, the owner of the gym, to come up here and be like, Brian Koberger did not come to my gym, because that was the only boxing gym that was there, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, again, I just hate lies, because they
paint
this picture like he's John Wick. like he's just.
He's not, guys. The guy's not that guy. End of story. No, I'll never. You show me physical proof. Any one of you, anybody out there, show me some proof, and we'll have a conversation. And I will blatantly
you're telling me like
the whole world I was wrong. I have no problem with
You're telling me Brian's blood. If supposedly Dylan saw like his part of his face, which means that part of his face was uncovered, like me right now, right? Okay, me right now, even with my eye patch on, there's still. She saw what? Let's say this, maybe. Let's say this.
that is exactly what I believe that they said she saw. Yeah.
Okay, so there's still all this here, and we see right there on Xana's forearm that she is defending herself, right? Which means that I'm assuming everybody defended, and Brian takes a picture the next morning, and there's not a scratch on his neck, there's not a mark on his cheek, there's not, not on his nose, nothing.
He goes to Costco and he's in a video. We've seen his full body. There's not one mark on him, not one blemish. He goes to the other store where he buys the coffee and stuff he buys. There's no marks on him there. He goes to the doctor. The doctor would have reported if there was any marks on his body. He went and got a haircut. They would have reported if there was any marks on his head or his body. He goes back to work. Nobody reports any marks on his face, hand, head, or body. The man was not fucking there. Period. Okay, the car is not his car. The man was not at the house. His car wasn't at the house. None of it. It's not him. I have no doubt in my mind. I don't even think he's even remotely involved. Before, for a while, I thought, well, maybe he could have been there in this form or that form or this, that. Nothing. There's zero connection that they found that connects him. And that came out of the mouths of the lead investigator,
and that's the craziest part is like it takes a very disturbed person to leave somebody in that condition, and Brian didn't grow up like that. He didn't like you know what I mean, like he saved a life, for fuck's sake. So like he had to have so much rage and been on some kind of crazy drug to like do something like this. But you can't just be up the next morning like this at whatever time he took that picture, dude. You're gonna be in your bed like fucking,
that was around 10 a.m. roughly that he took that picture after he went.
Come on. And then he gets pulled over twice driving the PA. Oh, hi, officer. Here's my license. He gets pulled over second. Hi, officer. Here's my license. Dude, I see them cheering one time, and I'm out of there, dude.
The Indiana stops. He didn't look scared. He didn't look nervous. He looked fucking confused. He looked confused, like, what the hell is going on,
Oh, the second time I would have told my dad, I would have been like, Dad, I did that. We're out of here. And I would have just took off, dude, because
it don't make no sense.
He's just like, nope, here's my license.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I hate that. I'm gonna have to jump down here in a few minutes. Willie, I have to do something else tonight, but
that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I just
I just wanted to make sure I was
care anymore.
To do this with you, this part for sure, because I know I try to keep my word on everything. So
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it.
But no,
I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know if you were busy or something.
No. I remember I do the 9 o'clock show with Devil's Advocates every night. So
yeah. That's right.
I have to be there then. That's why I was hoping you earlier on, but I get it. No big deal. We can do that. We did this vote. This is the most important thing. But but no, guys.
Is there any way real quick? Do you know what number the sheath is in the?
I don't, but I know somebody in this chat does. Hold on a minute here.
Okay. Did you still have you have a file like that you're able to open, right?
We have a couple of the mods made sure that they had it.
Okay. Because I'm curious if I missed some pics when you said that some of the pics are questionable about.
I think it's towards the end. Do you guys know exactly what number it is where the sheath starts to show up, you guys? Meg,
before you go, dude, I know you'll appreciate this. Check out my shirt, dude.
No lie, I love that.
Isn't that pretty,
Yes, where to go? Hold on a minute, I gotta show you something.
I know you'd appreciate that because you like horse like me.
Yes.
But yeah, man, there's no way she's seeing Xana if she's. Oh, look at that. That's dope. Where'd you get that?
I collect toys, and I'm a huge Halloween Michael Myers fan. I have him. I have Leatherface, Jason, Chucky. I have a bunch of them.
You got them all.
Yeah. So
See,
yeah.
growing up since I was 8 years old, I don't know. I'm sure you remember the Sci-Fi Channel. They would do like the 31 days of Halloween, and dude,
AMC does it every year too.
dude, my dad made me watch that shit since like 8 years old. I was so scared of Michael Myers growing up, dude. Like I can't even explain to you. Like Michael Myers scared the shit out of me.
He's my favorite. That's my favorite. The original John Carpenter movie is like the best movie ever made, my opinion. So I love it.
Yeah, he just pops up.
Seahawks 1800, Willie, number 1800. They're saying Tandy said 1800.
1800. Oh wow, so it's okay.
It's towards the end, yeah.
Alrighty.
I do not collect dolls, Megan. You know better than that.
Wait, somebody said Miss Potts. Is Miss Potts here? And he's here?
That's awesome, Angela. I would love one.
Love
one. I'm looking to see if I see Annie anywhere. I don't see her yet.
What's up, Jesse? I see you down there. All right. But yeah, man, if you gotta go, like I said, I appreciate you bringing them up. Like I said, I just don't care. I felt like everybody deserved to see,
anytime.
The picture that caused them to retract the 3,000 pictures that, it's just that's crazy. They're like, oh no, too much truth.
That's one more piece of information proving, in my opinion, that Dylan lied about seeing Xana in there. And the only way she's not lying, it's a half lie. Because in my opinion, she walked into that room and she looked at Xana and she knew exactly what was going on between Xana and Ethan. She knew they were dead. When they make the call to 911 saying there was somebody passed out, they knew they were dead.
Especially, dude, when we see how much blood is throughout, they knew something happened before they went down that hallway. Come on.
100%, dude.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and like I said, they knew all of this, in my opinion. And I told you at this point now, after seeing the footprint and other things now,
like nobody got up to piss, nobody got up to go, because Dylan shit's all upstairs. She didn't go upstairs to brush her. Like, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? You brush your damn teeth. Like, especially after a night out of drinking, you have the cotton mouth and shit like that. Like, you want to brush your teeth and get that shit out. Like, nobody went up till noon. Get out of here, man. And then they summon Emily over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Hunter. Emily was called. They didn't call Hunter. They called Emily. I don't give a shit who's boyfriend and girlfriend, because at that point they don't know if they had a fight last night when they were hanging out and he stormed off somewhere. They're called Emily,
right?
Because in my opinion, this is just my opinion, they knew Hunter's phone was at their house for some reason. I don't know, why his phone was there, and everybody can try to justify that the way they want. But what I heard and what I seen is his phone was at that house, and he didn't have his phone. So if they needed his help, they knew to call Emily. That's wild, in my opinion.
The whole thing is just. It's a giant lie. Everything about it's a lie. Everything we've been told for the most part are lies. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're absolute lies, in my opinion. And again, the biggest question, in my opinion, is why? Why?
That's it. Why not? Like I said earlier, why not just follow your investigation? Identify the names that you have, the blood DNA that's on the scene. If you have blood DNA mixed with victims' blood, then to me that's a slam dunk. But yet you're leapfrogging, and then you're like, oh, let's go with this invisible trace DNA, touch DNA, whatever the hell you want to call it, that can be transferred from somebody shaking hands, and then they touch a doorknob, and then somebody touches that doorknob. Boom! Now they have. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. 100%. So, and if you're telling me that's all you have on this individual,
yeah, it's crazy, bro.
And he's away for life. That's
it. Sad. We'll get back on it soon. We will get back on it soon. Thank you for having me, Willie. I hope you have a great rest of
bro. I'll try to pop in later on.
Yeah. All right, bro. We'll see you soon.
All right, and thanks again, man. And guys, again, True Crime Cafe with Dago is Dago's channel. So if you haven't yet, make sure you sub.
Thank
to
you,
the
brother.
Dago Meister. Of course, brother. Thank
very
you.
much. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
Bye-bye.
All right, man. So there you go, guys. What's your thoughts, comments, concerns? Anybody? Let me check chat, see what's going on. Ooh. Oh my God! You know what I just noticed? Nobody has called me yet. Nobody has. The fact that nobody has called me One-Eyed Willie yet from the Goonies. I love you guys. The fact that like nobody has even remotely slightly trolled me to be like One-Eyed Willie, because I just thought of that. Wait, hold on. No, wait, was One-Eyed Willie? One-Eyed Willie, yeah, One-Eyed Willie was the dude. One-Eyed Willie was he was the captain of the ship. I was thinking I thought One-Eyed Willie was Chester Copperpot, the one that they found dead on the way to the gold. I'll never forget Chester Copperpot. Rest in peace. But yeah, so we see, guys, that Xana's positioned in a way where there's no way Dylan could even see in the full scale of her body. Did I ever pin? I don't know. No, I didn't. I never pinned it down. Let me pin. If anybody wants to come up, give their opinion. Let me drop this. If anybody has a laptop and wants to get the photos real quick, feel free to hit the link. There we go. So yeah, what's everybody's opinion on that? You think Dylan was involved? And Dylan is a liar. Yes, she is. Here's the thing, though. Like the messed up part is the cops allowed her to lie, right? Like law enforcement allowed her to give a bullshit story, allowed her to say what she saw a fireman. What else? What other bullshit did she say? She saw a fireman. She saw somebody with a vacuum. So, so you're seeing people clean up, like, oh my God. And then to see Xana in that state, when I first saw that photo, it just pissed me off. Like as a father, like I just can't imagine, like, that being my daughter, and I'm seeing these photos now, and I'm supposed to believe that one person did that to my daughter, and she wasn't able to fight back enough to leave a mark on him. I wouldn't be able to accept that. Would you guys? I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be able to accept that. I would feel like my daughter would have enough strength to leave a mark on that son of a bitch. At least a broken nose, a bloody nose, something where he's not going to be able to take a picture like this the next morning to send to mom. No way. Come on. Angela, not only know, but hell to the no. Gail, I threw up a card last night. Oh, 1 second, guys, hold on. Sorry, that was my daughter. What exactly? Chocolate. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, but welcome. Chocolate dipped strawberries. Damn, now I'm hungry. Yeah. Why are the parents accepting this? That's my thing. Is like, like my daughter's the only thing I have in this world, right? So it's like my daughter was taken from me, and like this is what I had to accept. I'd be on some equalizer shit. Like no bullshit. I'm finding out whose blood was there. I don't care. Like, I'm not accepting the fact that you're telling me one individual went in there, didn't know the layout of the house, didn't know my daughter, didn't know nothing, and was able to do that in that amount of time and not track nothing there to his car or back to his apartment or nowhere that you're able to, spray your little shit and be like, oh, there was blood here and he cleaned. Nowhere. No amino black in his house. No photos of Brian's apartment with amino black or none of that shit. What's up with that? What's up, Mish? Welcome. How are ya? Again, if anybody wants to hop up and give their opinion, don't be afraid. I don't bite. Also, if you have a laptop and you want to get the like all the 3,000 photos real quick now, feel free to come up. So then we can also bring up the photos on here. Main thing I wanted everybody to see was the photo of Xana, because again, as rough as it is and all that, it paints a completely different story than what they told us, which is everybody was sleeping. Fuck off. Sleeping where? On the ground? People sleep on the floor now? Everybody was found in their beds. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Sons of bitches, man. That's. I'm not okay with being lied to like that. So, I just hope that this sparks something in, the defense team or somebody, in some kind of position to do something about this. And if not, we need to, there's 200 and some people here. There's other channels that are covering this, and, I know a lot of channels won't bring up the picture because, they're scared, that YouTube's gonna do whatever, but I don't care. I want everybody to see the truth. That's why, like I said, I'm hopefully because it says I'm able to share the file. So I have a gigabyte file of the of all 20, I think it's like 26 or 2,700 photos. It's about 1 gigabyte, and it's a shareable. It says, share. It's probably going to be easier if you have a Samsung, or because I have a Galaxy. But I'm sure if you have an iPhone, it'll figure out something or some kind of way to download it. If not, I'll figure out a way to try to get it to as many people as I can, because everybody deserves to see the photos that they took down from the public, because it's so fucked up. Like, there's a lot of channels that want to like gatekeep the photos and, like go live and try to just, keep doing lives about like a couple photos here, a couple photos there. I believe everybody should at least have, the folders or the thousands of pictures to be able to look at them themselves, and then be able to come back on here and have knowledge of all the photos and give their opinion on, what they're seeing, because they lied to us since day one, guys. Dom Geldart. What's up? Dom, just so like, because some people do some wild shit. If you could just turn your camera on and off for me real quick, just so I know, you're not doing some wild shit, and then we're good to go, brother. Just for like 1 or 2 seconds. Backstage here. Dom, you might be a little young for this, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let you get down there, Dom. See, that's why you guys got to be careful when, if you have a channel, you guys know this, to have, you always got to ask them to turn their camera on for a couple seconds, because that was a child that was trying to come up here. I don't know why a child is looking at or searching this kind of stuff, but thank God I stuck to the basics there, and it wasn't just like, ooh, somebody to come up, right, Kat? I don't know if they wrote in chat or not, but it was Dom something, and it was a child, and they just hopped down. Whew. Some parents gotta watch their kid. And Dom, don't be coming in here saying I'm not a child because I saw you. You're like 14, 13, 14 at the most. I want you to search up, like, you know, the deepest part of the ocean and what was found at the furthest we've ever gone in the ocean as, you know, a society. Go check that out. I'll scare the shit out of you. Don't be worried about, you know, this case and all of that. It's just gonna stress you out, bud. Because there's a lot of crazy shit underwater. In my opinion, space isn't what we all got to worry about. And aliens and shit. It's what's in the water. But so let's see. Never wanted to see Jason. That's what I mean. Like, I've seen. I forget whose stream it was, but they let some guy up, and he was sitting there, you know, doing something to himself, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, just like that, you know, your stream can be cut. So if I would have let a child up here, you know, if I would have let Dom up here, and then he turned his camera on, it was a child, you know, puts me in a predicament. It's wild because I'm sitting here using language and saying this, saying that. Jesus Christ. And I have it set to, or I think it had to be a certain age, so his parents got to be watching what he's doing. That was it Digos? It was it was at the guy with the long hair. It was, and he stood up and he had his willy out. I was like, what the? Yeah, come on, somebody here has to have a laptop. I know somebody has a laptop that they're just scared to hit the link to come up. Listen, if you come up and you got a laptop, boom, I'll send you the 2,600 photos, whatever it is. You'll have the file, and then we'll be able to bring them up quick. You know what I mean? I don't bite. Trust me. I'm very easy to talk to. If you're new here, anybody that knows me knows I don't bite. No matter what your opinion is, even if you think he's guilty, that's fine. You know, all opinions are welcome. Oh, wait a second. It says, "Oh, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker, Deidre. Am I saying it right, Deidre? Thank you so much for that $10 super sticker. And again, Meg, thank you so much for gifting those memberships earlier. Welcome again, everybody, to the nation, where we don't give a shit except for the truth, because no lives matter." Oh shit! Nobody can argue with this shirt. That's why, like, when I had it on in the hospital, and the one nurse was like, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "It's Michael Myers." She's like, "True." I was like, "See, nobody can get mad at the shirt. If it said anything else, it'd be an offensive shirt. But when you got Mike on there, you know, Mike don't give a shit." Let's see. No, they killed. What's going on here? Hold on. I gotta fix my eyesight here. It's getting a little dry. No, they killed Ethan. They beat. Not that he retaliated, and they killed. They thought would talk and use DM and BF to tell a fabricated story. Also made them help murder. So you think that they actually were a part of the crime? Because, like, I just feel like if Dylan or Bethany were attacking anybody with a knife, they're going to be more susceptible than anyone to get injuries on them and wounds on them. So I think that they either helped clean up or knew about the cleanup. But I'm sorry, with the amount of blood that's on the landing between the steps where, again, because you got a room here, right? You have a room here. You have the steps going up from her room, the landing, and then the next set going up. So right here on the landing, you have a ton of blood, which means something happened right here while her room is right here. She said that she got up 3 times. So she's coming right here with her ears right there, and she's hearing all that noise. Come on. You got to go? Who said that? 24 got to go. All right, no problem, 24. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you. Catch you around the streets. Yeah, Chris, go up. Yeah, anybody wants to come up, give their opinion. Oh, my back. Let me just stand up real quick. Oh, I'm an old man. Woo-wee. Oh. I forgot I still have my what's it called? Whatever that curved banana weapon is. Because on Digos we were talking about what weapons you could do this with, and K-bar ain't it. I'll tell you that. Hold on 1 second. I gotta hit the hookah. Just tobacco. Oh, look. Oh.
Pay attention, fucker.
The audacity to come up right now and to not even respond.
What the fuck? Wait, first off, I
you
didn't
text from a number and say, "Yo, this is my new number," and you don't even text me back in a day and a half, bro.
Bro, can I just listen? I didn't. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You know, I don't get really mad at anything.
I know.
How are you?
You know, I forgot my weed. Gotta give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
So wait, just listen.
Turn the camera. I got my camera on. I never had my camera on. I've had my. Did you see I had my camera on the past couple lives?
Yeah, I seen it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like.
I purposely do it because I won't say Maddie if I see your face. Fuck. Listen, let me speak for 1 second.
Don't be mean to me. I'm handicapped.
I know. I'm sorry. This bitch fucking. Okay, I've been saying it for fucking 6 months.
I know.
Right? I'm saying. Fucking this bitch saw, heard, whatever.
She's saying enough. I'm glad you're up here because you can say stuff that I can't. So, how do you feel about?
How the fuck are you going to sit there and tell me now? We're going.
Hold on. Come on, let's go inside. You've been out. Come on, let's go inside.
Oh. I need my weed. Hold on. I
sorry, Xana was freaking out.
Let me get my weed. Hold on 1 second. I gotta find. Hold on. I know where it's at.
Gina's been out here with me this whole time, and she started bugging out on a box or something. She had to go inside. But yeah, how do you feel about that pic?
All right, what was I saying now? Okay, nobody give me your social media because I'll get canceled. Like to see that picture, not that we didn't know it was bad, but that picture of Xana, like I just want to. Oh my god, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, how mad? Like that's what they like. The last 5 minutes of their life, they get to see this bitch fucking probably laughing in their faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really sad. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how the fuck the parents aren't like, dude, he's not. It's impossible. Like they want to say he was there, fucking fine, whatever, man. But he didn't. He's not John fucking Wick. So obviously he didn't do it alone. So let's go get the other perpetrators because that's pretty fucking bad. Nobody's going to sit in the house and wait for their turn. Like, if there's only one person there, right? Like, what are they going to do? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are the other people doing?
Exactly. Now you're on. Are you on your laptop?
Yeah, I told you to send me the pictures.
Bro, I'm about to send you the. We're about to bring up. We're about to bring up whatever. They hate me. I'm gonna get a phone call. They're gonna be like,
so fucking high right now.
Who?
Ew, what's wrong?
Dude, I got one eye. What do you mean? What's
I
wrong?
know, but like you just look. I don't know. You look really sad. You look sad.
Sad?
No, I'm like,
How am I sad?
I don't know.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed too.
Like, what do you mean sad? Like, dude, she's laying there straight,
I know.
and Dylan and the cops are like, oh, okay. No.
It's just crazy. Listen, even if she just, the stuff that she admitted to, the way she said it, she's a sociopath. Okay. Even if she didn't see that the shit that she made up is sociopathic, if she heard it, which we know she did,
Then she shows up to the sentencing and fucking
right.
is yelling at Brian, and Brian's probably sitting there in his head like,
Actually, she wasn't. She was yelling at the air because fucking Santa fuck wants
because let me tell you something. If Brian was involved and like, okay, just hypothetically, right? If it was you or me, right? And like somebody's yelling at you and you know that like, they know that I'd be like, you fucking know everything, you rat bastard. Who are you talking to like that? You know what I mean? Like, that's how a normal person would react. Brian just sat there and took it like that.
I
No
know.
way.
He's got the patience of a saint. So how the fuck does anybody think that he's got literally like Olivia? I would have lost my goddamn.
I would have yelled at you and been like, you fucking know everything.
This is why
called me a piece of shit and this, that, whatever she was saying.
It was delusional. Like she was based on lies. They weren't asleep, bitch. Okay. They weren't fucked up. Like they literally were not sleeping, and he wasn't alone.
He said she thought Xana was passed out, yet saw Xana and probably knew there wasn't enough alcohol in the house to get her that messed up, which again, then your mind goes to, well, did Xana take something that had maybe fentanyl in it? If she overdosing, you were just like, oh nope, I'm going downstairs.
After you see a masked man in the house, you see a person laying on the floor in her underwear.
Exactly. Where do you get hold on? Where do you get the balls?
Yep.
How do you know there's not more people in the house?
Exactly. Who stays in their house after hearing and seeing the shit you saw? This is what I'm saying.
Who doesn't call 911?
No, you would either jump out a window, maybe, or like, I don't know, run for your fucking life. I don't know, maybe not go to sleep. No, tiptoe around the house. Oh, I'm going to tiptoe. Then I'm going to half run and walk. I'm going to conveniently pass a fucking table full of red Solo cups that are going to fall off the edge if a breeze hits them. You just happen to look back at the same time and see Xana laying there because you have to look back to go down the steps, but you can't get past that fucking thing without knocking. It's just so dumb, dude. Like,
it really is.
And the cleaned up blood. Like, okay, so where were you at then, Dylan?
Let me see. Hold on. I got to see if I wonder if this whole thing will fit in an email. I got to check. I got to see real quick.
It was bad when we thought 9 hours, like, and didn't know anything else. I thought, oh, she saw him in the hallway. Okay, cool. All right, they were asleep. Maybe if they were all fucked up and this guy just sliced their throats and got the fuck out of there, and the other two were asleep and he didn't go up that. Okay, fine. 8 hours. I don't know if I believe it, but like 8 hours. And then it's like, then you guys are telling me, yeah, she thought she saw a firefighter. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying to me? Are you fucking with me right now? Oh yeah, she saw this. I'm like, you guys are fucking with me. What do you mean? Like, she's admitting to saying what now? Like, this is crazy to me. We could have never came up with the kind of shit that this bitch admits to and says, oh, I went to sleep. I perceived no danger.
Well, why? Well, my question is, why is law enforcement taking what she's saying as gospel?
Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows?
When everything she's saying could be completely debunked by the fact that she's using her fucking phone all night, and they're all on social media taking pictures. Like, what?
She should have a handler. The bitch should have a handler. You don't know fiction from reality. You shouldn't be allowed to walk up the streets of fucking Moscow, bitch.
Yeah, but I want to know what anybody's taking pictures of at times that
I don't know. Weird, right?
Deceased in the home.
Fucking weird, right? Oh, let me look at my phone. I took a picture at 3:30. Oh, let me see. What was I doing at 4:30? Oh, I took a picture at 4:42. It's like, why did you take all these pictures of dead people? I mean, alive people that are going to be dead soon. Like, and why are we like fucking with Ethan and making him look like he's 17 when the motherfucker is big? And like, he's like, just watch him get pulled over and you're like, that's Ethan. He would have fucked Brian up. Like, there's
that's what I'm saying. Ethan was a big boy, and the fact that Ethan was only got halfway off of his bed tells me that he was ambushed by more than one individual.
And the other people aren't going to sit in the house and go, what was that? Let me just wait around.
And that's why the one thing I want to see the most is like whatever chart or whatever they do with when they have the human body and they mark if there was one type of wound or another type of wound, because I'm telling you right now, multiple
I can't figure
weapons were on.
I know, and I can't figure out. Sorry.
More than one weapon was definitely used in this crime. So if we were able to see that chart of all four of all four of them, I'll guarantee at least 2 to 3 different weapons were involved in this crime.
Of course, and like I said, there's no way that other people, not your first one person.
I put money on it.
Who's gonna pick a house with all the lights and the cars and the people? Like, nobody's gonna pick that house. The main road, okay. He's not fucking superhuman, right? He took a risk and just hoped it would be unlocked and all these people weren't going to attack him. He's not that dude. Like, and if he's there,
that's what pissed me off the most. Well, that's what pissed me off the most is people think like, Brian can actually like pull that off. Like,
I don't think
what?
That's the weirdest thing. That like even mainstream media, how does anybody think that one person can pull this off after what Dylan has said? It's not a secret what she said. It's not a secret. Law enforcement admitted to absolutely all of it being bullshit, that they knew nothing about him. They didn't know who he was. They were surprised. They had no roads leading to him. Like, what? What do you mean? Like, what happened to the DNA you're fighting for? What happened to, like, he was stalking them and he was there and he was this one or he was that? It's like, this is fucking nuts. These people think that, like, 5 agencies are going along with something. Are you frozen? I think he's frozen. I'm just talking. This happens a lot.
Yeah, no, I can hear you though, because
I was like,
I'm trying to get this to you, but I might have to.
I just find it wild that 6 agencies investigate this and nobody thinks it's weird that this kid could do this by himself. Like, it's a joke almost. Like, I don't understand. It's like they're like, haha, fuck you. It's like, we know it's ridiculous, but go ahead, just run with it. I don't fucking know, dude. Even the investigations, like, oh, hey, so you were there? Okay. Oh, you saw what? Well, I don't know if it's real or not, but just in case it was, this is what I saw. I'm like, okay, well, I need handcuffs. I would need goddamn handcuffs if I were her. You know what I mean? Any of us. Like any normal human.
Oh my God! It says adding. It says adding. If I'm able to add this to an email sent to you and you open it, everybody here, we are in fucking business.
Yeah. At what time at night? It's past my bedtime. Like, you're lucky. I'm like.
Your people, could you can you turn your camera? Can you turn your camera on real quick, on and off, just to make sure that? How are you? Alrighty, I'll bring you up in a second. Get your opinion on the photo here at the stage. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
How's your night going?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm about to say hi, chat, and hi you as well.
Hi.
But I was wondering.
Did you see the photo that we had went over?
Yes.
Okay. You have an opinion?
Let her give her opinion.
I was actually wondering about when they're talking about the blood or even where she was, and that I'm confused at how they are listening to the roommates.
Right.
If they're saying that these house door cams are picking up all these sounds, how didn't the people that were in there hear it if they're taking what these so-called door cam sounds are giving up?
Yeah.
That's and that's the problem I have. Why isn't law enforcement pushing, these 2 people that are saying, "Oh, we didn't hear nothing," when they know damn well? I mean, it doesn't take that long.
We were 2 hours away.
I'm just saying, it doesn't take that long for them to get records back. To see that they were awake all night, right? I mean, we've all watched how many fucking documentaries on murder cases now? Probably hundreds. All of us here combined, tens of thousands, right? So. In every single one, when they're caught lying, they're pressed.
Yeah.
Where here they were caught lying, and they were told, "Okay, go back to the hotel with the other, person that you were in a home with. You guys get your stories straight, and we'll meet back here first thing tomorrow morning."
They literally said right in front of us, "Make sure you go and make sure you remember this. You're gonna have to repeat this a lot." Why do you have to remember a fucking truth? Like, what do you mean? Just tell them what happened, liar. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe that one of the survivors' families or somebody big that we don't know about. That's why they're trying to cover this up in some kind of way, because they had a lot of time between either 2 or 4, because the door cams, they're saying you hear sounds at 2 something, and then other people are saying no, it's supposed to be at 4 something. But they could have conjured up all of that
and clean
because nobody really knows but the 2 people who were in there, and we all know that they're lying. And now that all those photos came out with them showing the whole house, and they're saying that there was blood on the ping pong table that actually belonged to Kaylee. And I'm like, how is that if she was found upstairs in her room?
Right. And how the fuck she get back up there? Because according to Dylan, she ran down the steps, ran for her life. So you think she's going to run up towards the danger? I don't fucking think so. She's going to run towards the door, which I think somebody else was out there and caught her. And unfortunately...
Well, if you had to go by Dylan's story, even though she said it wrong, I would have thought that it was Xana that walked upstairs and walked into whatever was happening, and she's the one that came running down the stairs and said there's someone in the house, and whoever was in that room chased her to her room. But then
here's the problem, though. We didn't find out this whole, she went downstairs with what's her name until later on. The whole thing for the longest time was she was in a frozen shock phase. Remember?
Which that don't make sense either, because why weren't those cups knocked over? But they're saying that Kaylee's blood is on the table. Exactly. And if you look at the pictures that they did post, all of the blood looks cleaned up. Like they're like, it was a little blood spot here, but it looks wiped up. Like they cleaned up because all of the drops are like,
they said it was like diluted. So diluted, I would think, because they were wiping them. This is the fucking craziest thing too. With like, there's all even though on YouTube, right? There's all these channels that you see. They're all some of them are interrogations, some of them are like the body cams from crime scenes. These people, when they're caught lying, they aren't leaving. Like they get their. It's a crazy. And then I'm like, this is a joke. 5 agencies, 3 stars. How is this like? And none of them were leading to Brian. None of them led to Brian except one tip. Okay, that's who it is. None of these agency investigated led to Brian. So how in the motherfuck are we going to sit there and go, the only fucking witness who did not pick Brian out did not say anything about a hazmat suit. So he wasn't wearing a fucking hazmat suit. And
hold on a second. She said she saw a firefighter.
A firefighter, motherfucker. First of all, if you had a firefighter, a firework in your house, are you not going to go, oh, firefighter, is it safe now? Is the fire out? Okay.
That's the thing. Well, that's another thing is I'm gonna look meticulously through all these photos because I believe there's a bullet hole somewhere.
Yeah, dude, I cannot picture.
I'm not taking firework. I'm sorry. Nobody's
firework. Where's the burn fucking mark on the ground? That bitch.
Exactly. Where's that? Where's that crime scene marker?
And who was at the hospital? There's 5 victims. One didn't. One went to the hospital. So who was that? Because when those officers show up, they're blacking out the bottom floor, like something.
My whole problem is it's not one call. Because again, we don't hear an officer say, pulling up on the screen saying, what's going on? Or, introduce themselves or nothing. We hear about an officer when they're asked if they have a defibrillator. Why? And all of a sudden they say no. And then they say yes, because there's an officer standing right there saying, yeah, I have a defibrillator.
That's confusing though. Like, do like houses on campuses have defibrillators or something?
Well, no. My whole problem is, why are you calling 911 when the officer's there?
I don't know, man.
Why are you still on the phone with 911 when the officer's already there? That whole thing was set up.
And why do you tell somebody to go back in a house where you don't know if there's like fucking dangerous? You don't know what's going on. Like, you go back in the house and see if they're alive. They're not.
Yeah, I've never seen a cop do that before. Walk with a suspect or even a person of interest through the house to go and look to find whatever it is that they're trying to show them. He should have just went in.
How about this? Especially when you see that all the victims were stabbed and the person in the house is a male with a knife.
Yeah. Oh, they're in here. I checked their pulses. I think they're dead. Motherfucker, what? What are you saying? And Emily's like, well, there was a knife on the top of the floor. That might be normal, though. Why? Because you wanted to because you knew that he had a knife in his hand and you wanted to fucking say it was there when you got there, so we didn't get.
I can't personally understand why Hunter's given so much slack. Nope. Because, like I said, if Brian was standing there with the knife when they walked,
You want to go by probable cause, or you want to go by like circumstantial evidence. Does not lead to Brian. It leads to that bitch in there, fucking Hunter. Oh, my phone, I just left it there. Oh, and I just went over in my flip flops. I wasn't going to stay very long, and then I'm all calm as fuck.
Still saying
Kylie.
It's still saying attic, so I might have
I
to.
just thought Jack in my mind, because when they tell the story about the dog going outside of the house, it would run up into the woods and not come back, even when the owner called it, and to see that he only lived like right down the walkway.
We got trolls. We got trolls. Hold on, so it's like we got trolls in the chat. Listen, trolls, you don't want to mess around. You don't want to mess around with the mods here, and even just the people here in chat. They will royally. I'm just saying, they will royally fuck you. Like,
there has to be more than one person, right? And
don't
you're
come
not
in here playing bullshit
for a dude, one of your friends who's jealous, right? So you got to find 4 people that are willing to commit murder for your emotional ass. That's not happening. Not with him, or not with Eric Gower either. It has to be.
Hold on. Here's my problem. Why is Emily being called and summoned over? Tell me.
Because she's Maddie's big. Or what the hell?
No. Why is Emily being called and summoned over, not the cops?
Who knows, dude?
That's the weird part to me.
Yep.
I thought that was weird too. But wasn't it weird that Hunter even came? If they're saying that Ethan was calling him the night before to come over.
Well, remember the justification.
He wouldn't come for some odd reason.
Well, remember the justification we were told was, it was all for Hunter to come over to break down the door because the door was, Xana's door was locked. Horse shit. The door is wide open. So there was no reason.
How did you see her?
There's no reason for Emily to be called other than they were scared and they needed somebody to come over and help them think of a plan.
Or Hunter was already there doing the cleanup because his hands were white as fuck.
Who's the first person Bethany called when that sun came up?
What's her face?
She called home.
Jenna McCure.
She called home. She called home at 7:30. No college kid is.
My tooth hurts.
Malaka. Sia.
All right.
No college kid is calling home, right?
Unless you're scared
7:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Unless something is happening.
Yeah, her dad. He's a dentist. She said.
I'll tell you flat out. If you pulled up her phone records, she's never called her parents on a Sunday in her life, other than that goddamn day. She called everybody.
They said that they said that Murphy was in the house with Kaylee. Where did you think Murphy was the whole time? Not peeing, and then you're calling your roommate.
I want to know how Murphy had no blood on him.
Well, listen, how are they calling them to see if they're okay, right? Obviously, they're not answering you, and you probably hear the phones ringing or buzzing. Why did not then, if they're calling to see if they're okay and they're not answering, duh, bitch, they're not fucking okay. That wouldn't you then go check on them? Because what's the point in calling then?
Exactly. Well, you guys felt safe enough to be on your phones all night, right? But yet you can't go upstairs and check on your friend that you just saw on the floor.
We were so
a second time.
If I seen my friend passed out, I would have tried to get her up. I wouldn't. I mean, even if she was drunk, I don't care if she's on drugs, what she's on. You're gonna try to pick your friend up and put them in their bed.
Yeah, because what if she chokes? Yeah, because in the position that we saw, what if she chokes on her own vomit?
That's a weird position with her legs. Just listen, she had blood on her face, and so she's definitely got blood on her legs. She saw blood, right?
Well, no. The problem I have is she couldn't physically see Xana's full body the way that Xana's positioned. That's what this whole live is about. Look at the picture.
I can't figure it out.
And just imagine, Xana's legs being sprawled out, and that's what fucking Dylan's seeing is Xana's legs sprawled out like this.
Okay.
And she didn't see the room tore up, tore up.
Of course, she saw. If she saw Xana laying there, then she must have seen that.
Why did they say that it was her head that was I thought she saw.
I think she didn't see shit.
I can't figure out from the position, where we're looking from the pictures. I don't understand where is that the door. I don't know. Where's Ethan?
It's just another story of hers, in my opinion. How can you believe anything any of them say? Again, they lied since day one. Since day one, all of them were stabbed in their beds.
Yeah, well, I don't think
And even if Dylan did run downstairs, she telling me she didn't see the blood splatters on the wall that the police are so-called showing us in these crime scene photos. She went down those same stairs.
She cleaned it.
Thank you. And then and she didn't touch the handrail to swipe the blood. So did that blood come after she went downstairs? Did a perpetrator come downstairs and go back upstairs? You're telling me?
And who
How'd
stepped
that
in
blood
blood?
get on the handrail?
Like, why are you cleaning up Van's fucking? If you,
Well, how'd the blood get on the handrail?
Right, exactly. And why are you cleaning up blood?
Did she track the blood?
Yep. You tell me not one speck of blood, all that blood in that house, they didn't test it for anybody else's DNA. You mean to tell me they did every speck of blood in that house and all they could find was one little sand dot of fucking DNA from Brian? You can't find anything else.
They should have had a pressure washer of amino black, and that whole wall, I mean, the whole house should have been sprayed. And then, for how much blood there is throughout the whole home.
It makes no sense.
And
I'm wondering what was in Xana's stomach. If they're saying that she got that truck grub food, I want to know, did she eat it?
Exactly.
Yeah, me too. I want to know if it was by her, if there was a plate of food, because I think that somebody ordered after she was attacked.
There was a plate near her in one of the photos. It showed a plate, but it didn't look like the grub truck. It was Taco Bell.
I thought they just ate.
Right, and there's Taco Bell there and fucking Jack in the Box. Two things.
But the Jack in the Box was in the living room, and the Taco Bell was on the floor next to her.
Right, because it was them old those black Taco Bell fries, right? The black box.
Yes, and they seen the dipping sauce that comes with the Taco Bell, like the cheese dipping sauce. Everything was on a plate, but it was kind of gone.
So, like, where did that come from? Like,
yeah.
I mean, the house was just trashed by the time they started taking photos. So I don't know. They could have just started kicking things from under the bed.
But again, now we see why they completely demolished the house, because the house painted a whole different picture than what their PCA said, what their narrative was, everything. It completely shat on all of it.
I don't understand how even a plea deal holds up with all the
so they can say, oh, the reason we took these pictures down from you guys is because of this one photo. Bullshit. It's because of the reaction from the public.
Like,
I think they took the house down because where Ethan was, how they were saying that wasn't blood, it was rust. I think it really was his, because that blood pulled right into that wall.
It's 100% blood. It was 100%. That was 100% blood. The pictures blatantly show that's red.
Dude, I'm telling you, when they walk in the house, they black out. If they black out, they redact something in front of the officer on the bottom floor. I think that blood seeped through there too, and they didn't show us that because nothing happened downstairs.
No, they showed the wall, but they pulled it away. Some lady, I forget this lady name. She showed all of them. Her page is down now because she showed every picture, and I think she was supposed to cut out certain things, but she didn't.
Oh my God!
That's why they're pulling all of the pics today.
It did. Let me say.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
God. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. I'm trying to get the photos to Krista because she's on a laptop. And then
I've seen most, like, if not all of them, except for the one with Xana. They didn't want to show her body, so they went up a little bit above her head because they're taking people's pages down that showed all of that gore.
I didn't even know they had any more of that. Like, hold on, let me see what it
did. I responded to an old email of ours.
Okay.
Yeah, and it said added. Now listen, if that file opens, that means that I have a shareable file that could be shared.
Yeah, I couldn't open the file that the girl had on Google. It said that the file was too big, so I couldn't pull it.
They're gonna do everything they can. Like anything public and shit, they're gonna shut down. It's just I got it saved in too many places to where they can't do nothing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. They show the bed pulled away from the wall, where he was, how he was, and all of that.
Hold on.
And that was a lot of blood from him. That whole bed was almost soaked through.
We need to jump to photo number 1800. I think somebody said, because I need to see that sheath. I want everybody to see how that sheath is placed.
I have to download it. Hold on, I gotta download everything now.
They're framing him for whatever reason. He might be slow and don't even understand how it looks.
He does. That's the thing. Remember, like, did you see when they showed his house, right? His apartment, all his research papers and stuff. He was more of a lawyer, I think. Like, I really do think that he's not dumb. That he knew the law, and Like he just had a better chance of not hanging. Like, all right, he goes to trial and they fuck it all up and he gets convicted. He's still got a death sentence over his head. He's on death row. He can fight better wherever he's at. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
I don't
why.
even know how they came up with him for real.
I don't
Outside
know.
of them saying that little
So
sheet
he
that
had
they
it.
found on that bed.
Does it mean so? If he had obviously knowledge of the law, you're telling me that he's just going to cross the state line like that and commit a murder when he knows he's going to get the death penalty? Like, no,
What?
sorry.
I could think one or
If he
two
was
things.
so
Either he was
curious
in
to
on
commit a
it
murder
and
like
he
that,
knows who did it, but he
I'm
don't
just
want to say.
well, here's my problem, right? He has no connection to anybody. So you're telling me you can't find a text message, you can't find a social media link, nothing, no kind of link to the victim, to nobody. That's a problem.
It's exactly. And somebody that commits murder like that, if one person's not going to leave. Like he's going to leave.
Especially when you're living out in Washington, where you can drive out to the countryside, you could pick a house in the middle of nowhere. If you're so curious about what murder feels like and shit, right? You go in one of those secluded houses, do what you have to do, and you have a hell of a lot better chance of getting away than going to Idaho and doing this in the middle of, campus, basically, on a party night. No.
Exactly.
No.
There's lights and cars. There's all kinds of shit going on at that house.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it on a night where everybody is probably gonna be in bed by like 2 a.m. because the next day's Monday. Everybody has to be in class the next day. That's the night you're gonna plan it, not on the party night. That's why I think that this like started inside the home and finished inside the home, and that's why everything was cleaned up and nothing was tracked outside the home at all. They're saying so. That's a problem.
It's weird.
That's what makes me think that it was either the sorority of guys and the police working together, because they said they had some type of ring up there where people are being taken and stuff.
That's crazy.
So, and they said that Xana was, I don't know if it was Xana or Kaylee was doing a paper on it. And that's why when they were supposedly walking from the grub truck, somebody was saying, "What did you tell Jack?" And it's like, "I told Jack everything." And it's like, why are they not? There are so many other ways they could have went besides Kohlberger.
Exactly. There's so much circumstantial evidence.
That's my problem. Is I've never watched any documentary ever of any murder case, and I've watched hundreds by now, to where they just jumped blood DNA to get to a piss poor transfer DNA sample that they have to work so hard to figure out who's. They're literally dumpster diving. When back home you have 4 blood samples that you could test and bring that person in, and it would make probably a hell of a lot more sense than Brian Kohlberger.
Well, first of all, why did they have to go to Pennsylvania to get his dad's DNA? If you knew his name, you had to have known who he was.
Exactly. Why don't you just go to his trash?
Get his house. Get his fucking DNA, dumbass. Like, what the fuck? Unless I don't understand.
That's why I think,
Bullshit. It makes no sense. Like, if you knew his name to get his dad's DNA, why the fuck did you need his dad's DNA? Get his DNA.
They said because he was so OCD, they had to go around him to try to get his DNA.
That's crazy. He sat in his car, like for what they got, a pen, whatever the fuck. I mean, come on, like you could ask him for it for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? At that point, you're going to his dad's house illegally, dumpster diving. Just ask him for his motherfucking DNA. I'm sure he would have gave it to you because I guarantee.
So let me ask you. So let me ask you. Did the file? What happened with the file?
It's coming through. Hold on, it's coming through. I had to download it and another thing to get it, but it's coming through.
I'm very curious because again, if that works, then we're in the works.
It's a whole lot in there too. Lord,
it's like hold on. It says I don't have to. Okay, it's still coming. It's like doing.
Again,
I mean, if they tested the blood and they knew they had 4 of them, why didn't they test all of the friends and anybody that came near the house?
What is this? Hogan something? I think I got.
I don't believe that they're going to put the pictures back up after they take out the.
Oh no, they said they're going to take out all the gory ones, like bloody ones, not like gory, but because there was no gore except for the one they left the Xana.
Are you listening?
Like with the one everybody sees now.
Do you want me to pull them up? That's a lot of photos. There's 2,700.
Well, that's what I mean. If you go to number 1800, is that the one with the sheath?
Let me look.
So okay, guys. So we got a shareable file.
Make sure we save this. Yeah, make sure we save it and they don't take it away from us. How do I get him? Can I just put the number? What is it? 1800.
And please, nobody, because again, I see there was so many people commenting on my last live, like, you know, drop the link, drop the link. I can't just drop the link. Okay, this is YouTube. YouTube does not let you just drop emails, links, none of that. You can't even drop a link to a video of on YouTube on a like comment. I still find that wild that you can't like share a video on a comment on YouTube. It's like, so yeah, I can't share, you know, this file. Okay, it's gonna have to be obviously through email, which, you know, my
it's
email
too big. I tried. It's way too big. It's a lot of pictures, like a whole lot of them.
Okay, but here's my thing. If I was able to just get it to Krista, right, then whatever my phone was able to do got it to a shareable size. You understand?
Pull it up, because you got to show me where to put the number, and I can't figure it out. If you guys can see
it should be able to pull 1800 somewhere.
I know, we'll pull it up so you
guys can at the page. Here we go.
Can you see it? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Let me make this bigger, because I can't. So see down here, there's where the numbers are. Is there a place I can put it in? Like,
yeah, you should be able to click on it and then put in like 1800.
She got a super computer. Go ahead, girl.
Dude, this probably took up everything. I have podcast. I have like literally.
That's what I need. I need to start like a laptop fund.
He's probably erased all my podcast episodes. Watch. How do I wait? Where do I put the number in? See, I
did I miss a super sticker? I'm so sorry. I hope they're still here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go put a.
Wait, hold on. What is it? 1800? What is it?
I'm gonna have to go put some wedding drops in.
What is it? 18 what? Babe? 18
I don't know. Somebody said 1800.
Okay. Well,
April.
There it goes.
April, thank you so much for that super sticker. Is that it?
Look how he's holding it.
What is that? I don't know what we're looking at.
That's supposed to be the sheath.
That's the sheath. Holy fuck.
Oh my God.
But look how he's holding it. It's not even where they supposedly say it was.
Oh, Nelly.
What the fuck, man?
So if you go around like the 1800, late 1700 mark, is there another picture of the sheath just stuck in the bed right there?
Yeah.
So you're telling me through all the fighting, slashing, and mangling we see in the picture of Xana, you're telling me that sheath just gets placed like that, no blood on it?
It don't even got a lot of blood on it.
There's no blood on
it. There's no blood on it.
Where was it? On his belt? Like, where did
No, they're saying that's the edge of the bed. Kaylee and Maddie was on that bed. That's why they got those black spots around it. And that is where the sheath was supposed to be left.
Isn't a sheath usually tied to your belt loops?
It looks brand new.
It looks spanking new, and I'm telling you right now, I looked on Amazon. That's the $90 fucking K-bar, and no college kid spending $90 on a fucking murder weapon. I'm sorry.
And opening it as soon as they get there, it looked like they didn't even strap that thing onto them. Because how would it have felt if it was strapped?
That looks brand new.
It's not gonna just fall off your belt if you take his belt off. I mean,
exactly. Did he take it? That's my whole thing. Did he go in there? Did he go in there and just have the sheath in one hand and knife in the other? And he was just like, screw the sheath.
Let me get my DNA on the sheath, though. I'll get it on there, though. Like what? Brian? He's not gonna do that. He's not. First of all, he's not.
Usually, you would have that clipped to your belt or your waist or something. You're not just gonna have it in your hand and just.
This criminology TA left the fucking knife sheath. Okay.
He fixed the death penalty state.
Had all night to go back for it because nobody came out once. So he could have walked back in there any point and just been like, doop, 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 doop. Sorry, because there was no cops there.
He leaves the sheath, but no DNA anywhere else. No blood. Okay.
Yeah, he's taking a picture the next morning like this. I left the sheath.
Hey, thumbs up, guys! I did it. Just like he was training. He was waiting.
Not that I did it. At that point when he's taking that picture, there's no cops yet at the house, and he knows that he left the sheath because nobody's gonna get home and be like, "I didn't leave the sheath." Well, he's gonna know he left the sheath.
Right.
And he's gonna be like, "Where am I gonna put the knife at now that you have it? You're not gonna put it back in its case?"
We'll find the truth, Chris. Trust me. We will find the truth. Because they screwed up.
I mean, the truth. Listen, the
and it only takes one family, one of those families to actually like give a shit.
I know.
And want full justice for their child. Because I'm telling you right now, my child.
Why they even let him plead without telling them what happened to their child or who he wanted for real, and
I'd be on that doorstep. I'd be on that doorstep every day. Like, what
Listen,
the hell
craziest
happened?
thing is that Xana's mom knows the truth. Xana's mom said it. Poor Kara said it when she was not doing well. She questioned what she was crying to fucking Trashly Scamfield and like trying to like literally cry to her, like, oh, we know that Dylan heard more than this, blah, blah, blah. And Trashly Canfield's whatever. She literally, they had unredacted photos of the crime scenes. They knew that one person couldn't have done this, right?
Meg,
She's
you're so funny.
crying about fucking Dylan.
Meg was like, I'm on the fucking mood tonight. I love
And then
Meg.
Steve is fucking texting people. We know Dylan saw more. Like they know. I don't know what. I think that they had to go along with this bullshit narrative because I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me that you heard
Let's just take a second. Let's just take a moment in silence to just look at this sheath real quick.
Yeah, justice for the sheath. Seriously, justice.
Look at that. Look at that perfectly. Look at that. I see now why Ann Taylor said place, don't you?
Yes, rest in peace, sheath.
But the sheath is laying in a bloody bed.
We should
with no
literally
blood on it.
I am so baffled at the fact that there's no blood on that goddamn sheath.
Well, I want to know where this belt is, or how did he get it off his belt? Like, first of all, he's had a hazmat suit on. Where was the fucking sheath on his hazmat suit? Where the fuck? Remember?
Not
Bill,
the sheath. It was a fireman.
That's right. He's a fireman with this sheath just hanging.
She didn't see a hazmat suit guy. That's why nobody can come at me with that bullshit. Oh, he did it with a hazmat suit and took it off before. No, because that's not what Dylan saw.
Exactly. Dylan saw basketball built. You know,
if we're gonna go with that narrative, then we have to go with it all, and it all doesn't make fucking sense.
You know what Dylan said? Then Dylan should be arrested, motherfucker, for not rendering.
Thank you. Thank you.
You didn't render aid, bitch. Sorry, that's a felony in my book.
Yeah, because everybody wants to say, oh well, they had they bled out and there was no chance. How do you know?
They were so scared.
The cops were doing nothing that night. They're right around the corner, supposedly. They could have came to the house in a heartbeat and rendered aid. How do we know nobody could have been saved? Like I said, 50 Cent was shot 9.
Fucking
you think the people rushing 50 Cent to the hospital were like, he's going to live? No.
Yeah,
so, like,
they knew Tupac wasn't going to make it. They still took him.
Who are we to
That's because when the cops seen that body, they could see that they was already stiff. But if they saw that, why didn't they go outside, close down the house, and wait for every forensics and all of them to come instead of them trampling through the whole house like that?
Yep.
For hours.
Well, I'm talking about Dylan immediately hearing, shit going on and calling 911 and maybe the cops intervening when, because again, this took a hell of a lot more.
Oh no, they said she was in shock for 8 hours.
You gotta let me finish. Just when you're hurting me. Sorry. You're hurting me.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, what were you guys saying? Sorry.
The same thing I say for the last 6 fucking months. I can't believe that anybody could ever have came up with the bullshit narrative they want us to believe. We could never conspire to some bullshit that she says what they want us to believe. It doesn't make sense. That's the conspiracy. The shit they want us to believe. He's not John motherfucking Wick. It's impossible. Just like John fucking Keith wasn't laying out there after 12.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Even John Wick, tracks blood, places he goes. So, Brian tracked nothing into the patio outside of the slider or into the yard or through the sticks that he had to fucking walk through supposedly to get to his car.
Where was his car? How'd he get there?
I mean, think about that, right? He had to walk through brush that at least there would have been blood on the brush, and there would have been. And where's those pictures? There's no crime scene photos of brush with blood on it. Which is where, if they're saying he parked behind the house, Brian would have had to walk through the brush, period, in the dark.
And even if he walked through the house, why are there no footprints of blood throughout the house?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't stick around for the cleanup, so who would do that for him? So you really think they're going to clean up for a guy they don't even know?
Tell him, Meg don't fuck around. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't even see people talking shit. I didn't even see people talking shit.
Meg will uppercut the shit out of somebody.
I had no idea people were talking shit. Don't let me say it, man.
I'm not even. I can't even see it. So I'm not even.
Listen,
I trust in my mind.
Like, I don't understand. You believe in a stupid narrative that if you actually believe what they're telling us, and you have a problem with the fuck I'm saying, like that's a problem for me because I think you need your head checked. That's.
I mean, I'm just saying. I didn't know the sheath was like that. right? Like
the bitch didn't call 911 for 8 hours. That's my
that's
problem.
yeah. Well, that's another problem. But I'm just saying the sheath itself that they're saying USMC yada yada. Brian's DNA on the snap. So you're telling me his DNA is on the opposite side, face down, is where his DNA. Okay, sure.
Oh, great. And so was other
Yeah,
people's
where the
blood.
button is. The button would be facing towards the floor.
Yeah.
Man.
Just in that perfect open air. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why people are surprised. Like what she said is fucking. First of all, the shit she admitted to is sociopathic. To not think that there's a problem, Dylan. Second of all, if you didn't hear that and you made it up, that's sociopathic. For just to think that you wouldn't do anything about it. Third of all, if you were there and it really happened and you're telling the truth, that's sociopathic. Your parents should have you committed. You deserve a fucking handler because you shouldn't be out in public if you didn't perceive danger. That's fucking crazy to me. To
Tell
say
her.
I don't know what's real or not. I don't know what's reality. What the fuck are you saying? How old are you?
Well, yeah, she was contradicting herself even in her investigation video, because if you listen, she said that the house was paper thin. You can hear everything. Well, then how can you hear everything if you can hear everything?
Hey, you heard murderous shit. You said I heard people crying.
I didn't say it, but what you're saying, I want to say. But I'm a man, so talking about a woman. But you guys are able to say it, and I love that.
What do you mean? No, it's the truth. Like,
Just
if you listen,
Dylan deserves to be. Listen, she started a GoFundMe, and she had tons of money given to her, and she literally like didn't help her. Like that's ugh.
I'm just listen. I don't know why her next to Kim was not her parents. Why did they get like agency over her money, her car, and what happens to her body? That to me, that's nuts. I mean, not her parents. I understand they weren't talking. They were having issues. That happens. It must suck really bad to lose your daughter when you're not doing well with her. I get it, dude. But like, we're not the fucking enemy here.
I'm talking about Dylan. I mean,
well, yeah, everything. I'm sorry. Everything's just fucked. I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm talking about Dylan's GoFundMe that they paused or whatever.
Exactly. That too. Why did she get that?
Why would she need a GoFundMe? I'm confused.
Her healing journey.
That's what I'm saying.
3 days later,
especially when she lied, which means that she, hurt the investigation, and like you said, that's a fucking crime.
I was asleep the whole time.
I'm low key feeling like she was in on it. I don't care, even though she's a roommate and she's supposed to be a friend. None of them showed like remorse, like crying, like, oh my god, my friend. Nobody looked at like they were even freaking sad. Even Jack, that was the boyfriend of 6 years. Nobody looked at sad.
Just imagine we're women, right? And we have roommates. Could you ever fucking?
Could you do me a favor, Krista? While you're talking, could you just like just from we'll just go from this point on because I think this is like 1800, right?
Yeah, where do you want me to just go? All right.
Yeah, we just keep clicking through and just.
It's crazy. How do you
checking out the pictures to see if there's more angles of the sheet?
Fucking crazy bitch.
All right.
Calls 911 or if you scream for help. Look at this. You didn't perceive danger. I'm sorry. What? That's your friend, bitch. That's your fucking friend.
If I heard my friend just yell, "There's someone in the house!" like that's not a joke.
No, telling fucking Jack Decor. Oh my god, the guy. Oh fuck. I thought like you acted so scared that you were so scared for her when you're told Jack Decor. Jack Decor is probably like, and you called 911 when. My dog and my girl.
I love Meg.
This is crazy. I'm not reading the chat. Don't even say anything, please, because I'll.
I was gonna say Jack came for the dog. He didn't even seem concerned that his ex-girlfriend lived in the house.
No, I really think he was confused. I really do. I think he was like, "What did this bitch just say to me?" Like, I really think the only people that actually realized what happened was like Hunter. Well, I don't know. Hunter fucking is weird.
That's what I'm saying, Pamela. They weren't friends. They were roommates.
Exactly.
I feel like Hunter might have been in on it too, because at the end of the day, at every time the police went there for an incident, he was there. So why wasn't he there this night?
Exactly.
Yeah.
His phone was though, but he wasn't there. Just miraculously.
His phone was there?
His phone. He left it there 2 nights ago. It was there all night.
Ain't no way a college kid leaving their phone anywhere.
Thank you. He only lived fucking walking distance. Walking distance.
For 2 days? You lived there for 2 days.
Thank you. I get that to me. Like, were you really there? And whose body is this supposedly? What is this right here? What's redacted? Who's that supposed to be? Anybody know if it's Maddie's room or?
That looks like the room that no one was in.
Right. Why? What's this? What are they redacting here then?
It was a letter or something on the
everything.
bed that they didn't want us to read. There was a letter there.
Well,
That's why they screwed up. That's why they screwed up and didn't redact.
That's
Xana.
fucking crazy to me. Why are they hiding shit? God damn it.
Because it all paints a.
That's
again,
Xana's
goes against
room,
the
that
nerd.
picture.
This is Xana's room?
Yes.
I'm so confused, dude.
This is Xana's room?
I don't know what the fuck. Like, I need to see a perspective.
Wouldn't this be?
No, that looks no.
I think this would be the room
Because you
where the
see
sheet
the
was.
dots against the wall. That's where they're saying their heads hit at.
Yeah, where are they at though? Where are the bodies? Where are the bodies? Right? Where's Maddie or Kaylee's body? They're supposedly supposed to be in this corner.
They
Where?
didn't show it. The only body I know they showed was Xana's by an accident, but everybody else, they weren't actually in their beds or anywhere.
There's no room just like for them to be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or is this after the fact, maybe? Like after they took
Yeah,
the body
all
out?
these pictures are after the fact that I
What
thought.
do they redact? The letters redacted, I guess. This is pissing
All right,
me
let's
off.
see the next picture. What's the next picture?
Another redacted photo.
Another redacted. Imagine that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like we see.
Oh shit!
Like,
All right.
we saw that.
So this is splatter on the wall, but my thing is,
Oh
is
no,
how
I think this is Kaylee and
Yeah.
where Kaylee and Maddie were.
Well,
here's
where
my
are they?
problem,
I mean, I
right?
guess you
But,
can find
but here's my thing. If you look at the bed, why is the bed not bloody at the bottom of this splatter?
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Like, if this is all splattered blood, then why can't we see it? If there's no body?
Well, no,
there?
I'm talking about the pattern. It's weird how it's on the wall right there, dripping down, but yet none got on that white ass bed.
You're right. You're right. Well, because you know what? We know it didn't happen in the
Calm
fucking
down.
bed.
Listen, calm down a little bit. You're you're flying off the handle. Relax.
No, because you know how mad this makes me.
I understand, but
I'm just saying. It's just bullshit, dude. I don't understand. 5 agencies couldn't even find Brian Koberger, right? But somehow they find his
I
name.
don't care if the bed name's gone or not. Listen, I spill fucking, a little bit of whatever on, you spill a little bit of water in your bed. That shit seeps all the way down to your fucking.
You gotta change your sheets.
Yeah, but it goes all the way to your, all the way to the mattress. So I'm sure blood seeps all the way the fuck down, probably to like the spring.
Maybe they flung it on the wall. Like that's not where it happened. So they just flung like blood from them on the wall to try to make these patterns.
It's weird, right? Like, so like, what do you think?
Because downstairs it all looked washed. Like they tried to clean up.
Well,
absolutely. It's diluted because they did a shitty job of cleaning up.
In all the common areas, it is all cleaned up, and you just see running water streaks that they're saying it's blood in those streaks.
And exactly, how are they still going to tell us Brian fucking did it? Who cleaned up? Like, come on,
and another huge problem I have is they said that there was post-mortem wounds. How is Brian doing creating post-mortem wounds when he's supposedly hightailing it out on camera? You're telling us
7 minutes.
Come on.
John motherfucking Wick got away from big ass Ethan.
Oh, they
not
did say
even. The camera's like 3-4 minutes.
So maybe somebody shot somebody and stabbed them to get the bullets out, like they were digging the bullets back out of them, which would be weird.
That's what I mean. Somebody hears a firework, which in my opinion is a gunshot, and then so now somebody's shooting somebody. Like,
this is a lot.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
It's fucking crazy. It's the narrative they want us to believe makes no sense.
But they want us to take this at face value and be like, okay, go about your day.
It doesn't make sense. Like, there's people
if you go by the door cam, it sounds like a bunch of frat boys
covering it up, right? Yelling over them.
making little weirdo sounds, trying to cover up what's really happening. But you can hear clean screams through those things, though.
And stop. Yep. Like, they were yelling it because you hear somebody scream, and then it doesn't sound like they're trying to like yell over it. It's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on right now?
It's like, it's my turn, bro. Move over.
Like,
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
But remember, we heard Nelly before. One time we heard Nelly playing apple bottom jeans, right? And then we heard like chanting, and then now where's that? Where did that go? Like, remember that? Remember on the 112 camera?
The first video they came out with, it was supposed to be at 4 something, and all you heard was and then a bunch of
Yeah, but
well, they said in the PCA that the camera, like basically next door, caught like a thump and yells and barking and all kinds of shit. So my thing is if a camera's picking that up, imagine how loud that is in a house. Yeah. And if there was blood on the landing and somebody was killed on that landing and taken somewhere else, that Dylan is literally feet, like a couple feet away from that landing. She's hearing all that shit.
Yeah, and how
For the
come we have
fact
to
that
have
oh,
somebody
she's such
random
a lion. Oh, it's so
we have
sick.
to have some random person figure out the audio so we can actually hear what's going on? Why do we need that?
And
The
that's
thing
why, in
that
my
I
opinion, the house was so important because it would have showed, you know, there was blood right here. Dylan's right there, and the jury would have been able to see that, right? And then, you know, they could have stood on the landing or at the top of the steps and yelled, and the whole jury would have heard. You know, even with Dylan's door closed, I guarantee you that the whole jury would have heard the yelling. But they needed the house demolished because we see it, and all these pictures show that there was blood throughout the whole home. So everybody wasn't killed in their beds. So it just kills their whole narrative. Plus, like I said, there's no way they wanted a jury in that home.
And since when do you not
no
listen to
jury.
the
If a
grand
jury would
imagine?
have went in there, they would have said those girls were lying.
Oh
And
my
the grand
God!
jury said they were.
If a jury went in, they would have been like, "What the hell?"
grand jury said we can't indict him. We have more questions from the roommates, and they fucking were forced almost into indicting him because the grand jury wanted nothing to
That's
do
what I
with
said.
it.
If Brian had a fair, speedy trial, he would have got off because they had nothing.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared. Like he was probably scared to take a chance, man, because he could fight it still.
I would have took a chance. If I didn't do shit, I would have been like, "Let's go."
Oh no, I would have fought that.
He
If I
hopped
ain't
in
do
that plane. He
nothing,
hopped in that plane fast as fuck, boy.
I just want to know what happened that weekend for him to
He
decide.
said, "Let's go."
but
He
his
said, "I'm not
parents, his
fighting
dad is a
extradition."
lawyer or something, right? Is it his dad or his
No,
mom? One of them were a
His
He
lawyer.
dad,
really knows him.
no, his dad was a janitor.
Oh no, Jesus Christ! Oh no, no.
He really knows his whole family. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
His
getting
mom was
mixed up.
his mom was a teacher. Dad was a janitor at the school. Like they were involved with the school, you know, and that's why that's why I said Brian had no leeway to get in trouble and shit because his mom would have came and beat his ass because she was literally worked at the school district. So, you know, everybody was like, "Oh, Brian was this, Brian was that." No, he wasn't.
And they're like, why don't his parents fight it? His parents, because you know what happened? Look what happens when he hasn't said one word and they've just twisted his life, his words, his everything. He hasn't said one word. Imagine if his parents tried to defend him. Like, we don't need them to do that. We know that he's not guilty. The fucking
his parents looking at him like he weird and it's a possibility, but they not sure. That's what I would think.
His parents think know that he's 1000%. Listen, he talks to his mom 3 hours a day, every day. You think
it sucks. I just hate the fact that I just hate the fact that they're so far that they can't even travel to go see him. That's sad.
And they didn't accept money.
He's seriously out there alone with nobody coming to see him.
And fucking Dylan gets a GoFundMe for $100,000.
Crazy, right?
Want to accept any money. They were trying to make a GoFundMe so they could go see their son, and they didn't want it.
This world's backwards. It's upside down.
How's that? Like, they're good people. Well, they didn't want to take money from anybody. They said the victims needed it more than they did, and they never went to go see their kid. All the way, he went to jail, and they never fucking seen him.
They don't got the money to.
But it's crazy. Imagine that, man. People think like.
Well,
okay,
but on Chavez, their funds going over hundreds of thousands. You said don't get 100,000, and his parents can't even go visit him. It's sad.
I just can't believe it's taken this long for so many other people to
Well,
realize.
if we can't believe what Dylan said, then then it shouldn't be hard to believe that maybe Dylan was in on all of this.
No shit, dude. She didn't really fuck with Kaylee, but she went and lured her to. She took a 3-hour trip, an hour and a half there, hour and a half back, or something like that, to lure Kaylee back to a dance that they never.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I got about 10, 15 more minutes, but I'm gonna add Brian Douglas to the stage real quick. What's up, bro?
Hey.
What's up, man? Can you hear me okay?
I'm gonna drop down.
Yeah, you got a little bit of background noise. I'm gonna have to mute you.
Thanks for coming up here, people. Come back and visit us again.
All right, mama.
Sorry.
You got a little bit of background noise, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm inside a restaurant. I just want to say real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you for posting that picture, and they need to unredact everything in that murder investigation.
No shit.
Absolutely, dude. The truth is the truth. Fuck them.
The truth is the truth. This
Fuck
is utter bullshit. You're talking about 4 young people slaughtered.
Yep.
Slaughtered.
Yep.
By one individual, my ass.
It's ridiculous. And I've been following this since day one, and I'm glad you guys have all banded together and did this.
Listen, man, that's what I mean, and I just wish that the victims' families, were,
behind us.
Did she drop down? Oh, well, thank you for coming up, people.
I don't know. They just do it. I think that they're so hurt they don't want to face the truth. I don't even want to get into the gun policies. They're crazy to me. I that family and the things they say. It just
Yo.
blows my mind.
They think we're the
Especially
enemy,
the
and I
dad,
don't get it.
Steve.
How
No,
are we?
we're not the enemy. But we just want everybody to pay that was involved, and I just think that the
Exactly.
person, I just think the person that they have in jail is not
Yeah,
involved.
if that was my daughter, I
Yeah.
would be lifting heaven and earth for anybody involved, and I would be like, my first question would be,
Prison.
you had actual blood evidence at the scene, and you
Right.
negated that and didn't even do anything with that to go after something like touch DNA. What?
And a witness that don't
Who
call
killed my
911
daughter?
for fucking 8 hours when a bitch, when
That
your
would be my
daughter's
question.
screaming for her life.
Who killed my daughter, and why are you not
Right.
bringing forth the proper evidence?
Thank you.
Yeah, the DoorDash have a problem. Yeah,
Why can't we see what's in Xana's stomach?
It's all ridiculous.
Yep,
it's
Xana
nuts.
didn't eat fucking Jordan.
Everything should be released. Why are they like giving us a little bit, then taking it back, then giving us a little bit? Like, what is this, a game?
They've been
Why
trying to
can't we
control
know?
the direction of people's perception of this investigation since
Yep.
day one.
I want to know what's in their stomach.
I don't know if it's at the
But
behest of the university or greater forces involved.
I'm
but
glad
it
to hear
doesn't
you
matter.
see through the bullshit, man. Because I can't tell you how many people are just going along with what the media
I've
says.
been saying this since day one. It reminded me of the O.J. Simpson case, and
Right.
everybody went along with that narrative BS that made no sense.
Right.
And that jury got it right. That jury got it right, 1,000%. And this case should have went before a trial.
Right.
Dude,
Because
yeah, exactly.
obviously
They had
couldn't have done
nothing.
it myself either.
Nothing.
You know?
Nothing that made any sense.
It was all a bluff, obviously, because the prosecution wouldn't. They love putting shit out to make them, to glorify themselves. They have nothing to put out.
They couldn't
No,
even fucking track. 5 agencies didn't
personally,
track.
my
down
opinion on these prosecutors is they're so
What's the next picture,
over.
Krista?
You get two types of people with prosecutors. You get the ones that are really genuine and they're overworked and they just are trying to get through what they got to get through. And you get assholes
Mark
like
Blood.
that Santa guy who just doesn't
Huh?
care.
Yeah, fucking Thompson. Yeah, he don't care. He's just worried
I don't
about
think he
getting.
cared.
No, he's just worried about getting a conviction. That's all they care about. Is getting a plea, or that's it.
And the story going away. The story that's affecting their town and their neighborhood goes away.
Exactly. That's why I said since day one, I don't care how good you tell me a public defender is. I will pick a paid attorney all day, every day.
You guys keep whatever you put out together in the community of the crime community, keep putting it out, and something's gonna happen because this is ridiculous.
I hope so, man. I hope that this sparks something. That somebody does. Somebody needs to do something. It's crazy.
It started with a narrative of the Ted Bundy serial killer, and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, well, then show me the Ted Bundy connections, and there's nothing for that kid. There's zero.
Exactly.
Other than him trying to be more intelligent and outstanding citizen in the policing universe.
Yep.
There's nothing. So,
exactly.
But anyway, thank you.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate you coming up.
All right.
All right, brother. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bud.
Voicing out your opinion too, because a lot of people sometimes don't say shit, and we're like, don't other people
Well,
say it?
that's why my panel is open to anybody with whatever opinion they have, because I respect anybody's opinion. It's just, if you're gonna tell me it's Brian and Brian alone, I need somebody to explain to me how.
I didn't even read it. I don't even know what they said. I'm scared. I'm afraid. I already lost my mind enough. That's for night. Imagine if I could see what they were saying in the chat.
I have my dasher data from all our orders I've done.
Is that blood soaked? What is that? A blood soaked pillow or something? Like,
I don't know. What's the next one?
All right, hold on. Let me get back.
But look at this. I mean, just look at how much blood is all over the place.
That's what I mean. And like, who's I'm assuming, I don't know.
Blood there. There's literally blood everywhere.
And splatter too. Like it's like somebody was.
That's what I mean. So it's just the blood's flying through the air. It's getting all over the person that's,
That's kind of a little bit soaked, but like what, somebody slid down it or something maybe? It's clean. I don't know what the fuck that's. I don't understand what. Maybe it's soaked through and that's just for, Look how clean the floor is.
I know.
I guess. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. Maybe that is blood. I don't know what the fuck. What is this?
What number did it say this is? This is here in the file.
1835.
1835.
What did I say?
So there's more on the ground.
Yeah, I guess. I think there should be more. I mean, well, now what's that? Who grabbed the door? Right? Like,
Mhm.
somebody was trying to get out. Like, I'm fucking
Like I said, people were getting stabbed and running throughout the home.
it makes me
I'm
so
telling you
fucking
right now.
That's why I can't stand these
That's why there
pictures.
was so much blood on the landing. Okay, and the
Mhm.
blood was cleaned up on the landing. That's why, again, there's a shot in these photos. I just don't know what photo number it is because there's so many of them.
Like 1700.
Where you see the amino black react on that landing like a son of a bitch. So that's why I
Somebody,
said Dylan's ears were feet away from where somebody was
of course.
really hurt.
It's fucking nuts, man. And we know, like, we heard a lot of shit from far away. So if we did, they did.
Dylan, if you're watching, we know you're a liar.
Fucking bitch. I hope you are watching. Wait till I find out.
Fucking
Welcome to the 1%, you fucking bitch. You think you're fucking cool? Welcome to the 1%.
You're wild.
I'm not kidding, dude. She'll figure it out. Google it. Dude. What's the 1%?
So there's.
Oh god, I can't with this fucking bitch. I can't. I'm gonna get canceled.
I wonder what they're redacting there on the.
I who knows, dude? Like, I want to know why there's redactions on the first floor. I want to know why, like.
I wonder if it's medication or if it's mail or something.
Right?
Anyway, let's keep going.
I am. Hold on. I'm trying.
Because we're not gonna be able to get through a ton more. But I'm just happy that, you know, even though it took a little bit to add to the email,
I know.
I was able to fucking share it. So
and then look, I can, like, I don't know what this is. I
we're in business.
We can draw on the pic. We can draw on the pictures and shit. Oh my god. So wait, hold on. This is Let me think. So this is the hallway or something, right?
Everybody deserves to have these, huh?
Where's what room is this now? Where's this at?
I'm assuming this is
Maddie, maybe.
Yeah, well, this isn't Xana's room, so
I'm confused, dude. I don't know where we're at. I don't know the layout of the
I think
house.
this is what's
Maddie.
Xana's room? Yeah,
Because look at the bed. Like, where's the body? I guess they took the body off. Dude, look. So
Yeah.
look, somebody laid on there and it went through the comforter and barely got through the sheet. Look.
they said both of them were on the same bed. Again,
Yeah, right.
all of it doesn't add up to what they told us happened. So they lied to us since day one. So we can't trust anything they said. Nothing.
Why are these pictures like why are some of them that
Because they're just taking,
I know, but
for layout purposes.
The room though, like, it looks like they're going from room to room. Like, one's that is it, and that is it. It's like, I don't know, man.
It's Maddie's room.
Remember, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look, they must have been laying in the comforter. It got through the comforter barely. Look, that's probably what that is. It's like it's whatever their clothes soak through the clothes and through like comforter or whatever. You know what I mean? And then barely get onto the. I don't know. Some people got blood going through all the way down to the fucking house. So I think honestly their blood did drip into like whatever's underneath there, and they redacted that. I think because that's why I think Dylan had to say she ran to. Listen, she had to run to Bethany's room, right? If she would have admitted to being in her room, then we would have probably seen blood that dripped down into her room. Because there's no way that it didn't. I think somebody saw, like, I don't know. I just can't. From day one, it just pisses me off that these two girls heard their friends yelling for help and either didn't give a fuck.
I'm just saying the splatter, how they're saying how they were both attacked in the same room. I'm not seeing that in the bed.
Nope. I don't think so, dude.
There's not enough blood on the bed for both of them to be attacked on there with as many stab wounds as they had.
Maybe like on that doorway where we saw it looks like somebody grabbed it. Maybe they were bringing them up from downstairs and they grabbed the door because they were not dead yet. You know what I mean? And put them back in here and then.
Oh man, I'm telling you, a lot of bodies were moved, and once we get to those pictures, either tonight,
bodies are hard to move. One person can't do that. I'm sorry.
Like, well, like I said, there's plenty of pictures that show, blatantly that somebody was dragged in that area. So bodies were definitely moved.
Maybe let me try something. Let me try 1700 something. I feel like
there's a lot of there's like 3,000 pictures. There's a ton.
I know. Look, 2790. Look, what is this? Like, I thought we're still in
2,800 photos is a lot.
Let me look. Let me just put a random number in. No, wait, hold on. Because I feel like we're taking a lot. Oh, that's 1,600. So wait, the chat's got to know. Our peoples are in there, aren't they? Meg, where should we go?
If you haven't yet, All I ask is you put your touch DNA on the
Yeah.
on the like button if you haven't yet.
You're so lucky. I have all my show notes. Everything's ready for tomorrow. I don't have nothing to do. All I have to do is wake up and do my hair and makeup.
Listen, I mean,
I'm sorry I didn't answer. I didn't see it. Listen,
this is wild.
I
Look
know.
at this. Look at this. Look at that. More spatter
I know. And we're still in Maddie's room.
all over the wall.
Like, this is crazy.
Again, and again, this is showing me that there's blood flying through the air. So that means it's getting all over him. If we're gonna say that Brian did this, right? It's getting all over Brian. It's getting all over everywhere.
I'm all the way down to
It's
1,300.
standing directly in front of them or over them.
Exactly. And
This is just
and,
absurd.
and why is somebody cleaning up a bloody footprint? What are you hiding? Why would you have to clean that up? You know what I mean? Why did you clean that up? Why is there a cleaned up bloody
Look
footprint?
at that. Over, you know what I mean?
I gotta find Xana's room. Do we know what? Like, anybody have any idea? That's good.
Like I said, I'm probably gonna leave it here.
Oh, right,
We're going over 2 hours, and I gotta
yeah.
pop down.
Well, tomorrow.
But tomorrow, like I said, I still have a few photos to go through because it's really, I mean, it's really hard to go through 2,800 photos when you sit down.
Yeah, all I have to do is my show at 12:30, and I'm sorry, no, at 2, and then anything after that, I'll be ready.
Yeah. I was planning, like later on tomorrow or something.
Yeah, but just text me. I promise you'll find me either on my show or just text me. I'll have my phones in front of me.
But yeah, I appreciate you
Sorry,
coming up and helping out. I'm just like I said, I'm happy as shit that I'm able to send
I want to make
the
sure
file. That's crazy because
I don't know where it went. So
I'm assuming you could take that file now, and if somebody comes to you and they're like, "Hey, do you have that?" You'd be like, "Boom," Because again, the truth is what fucking matters.
I have everything that you've ever sent me still.
Screw them for retracting the photos.
It's crazy, yeah. And there's so many. I just went through literally 1,000 photos, and they were still in the same room with the blood, taking pictures of the blood. So it's like,
Yeah.
No.
But
right, yeah.
All right, homie. I'll shoot you a text or something tomorrow.
And I love you guys. I didn't read the chat on purpose. You guys know my fucking head. I'll lose it. I already was. I apologize. Sorry if you get you in trouble.
It's all good.
No. All right, guys. I love you all. Thanks, babe.
I appreciate you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
Bye.
Oh man. All right, guys. Again, special thanks. Meg, again, thank you so much for gifting those 10 memberships. Deirdre, thank you so much again for the $10 super sticker. And April, thank you for the $5 super sticker. You guys are very much appreciated. Moz, thank you so much for keeping the chat in check. It sounded like we had some trolls tonight, but listen, a troll better come with some information and something to back it up, or else, they can piss off. So I appreciate you guys for keeping everything in check, and everybody else for coming by. I'll probably try to go live tomorrow and go through some more picks and go through some picks tonight and see which ones are important. But if you tuned in a little late, go back to the beginning and you'll see the photo that, again, caused them to retract all basically 2,800 photos from the public. So if YouTube shuts me down, I love you all, but the truth is the truth. So fuck them. Have a good night. One-eyed Willie out. See you guys. Oh shit.